through 200 tonight.
201 because there's like 402 games, right?
Yeah, there's 400. So
synchronize our Gen Con preview filters.
Yeah, I already got it.
Yeah,
I'm all good.
I'll be
for
sharing
sale only. Should be 402, I think.
And are we leaving expansions on or just talking about actual games?
I just did the filter for everything for sale. If it's an expansion, we can just briefly touch on it or skip it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to do for sale.
It's up to you. Do we want to filter expansions out and let people?
No, I'll leave them in there.
All right.
Okay. Well, just a couple of things before we dive in, and we are going. There's not going to be any. There's no preamble here. There's no. Hey, what have you been playing or anything like that. But just a couple of things. So if you are watching this live or after the fact, I apologize if you're watching it live. We probably won't see a lot of the comments, but we'll try to deal with those as best as we can. The other thing is that Keith has always and will always be the kind of like the MC of this. So he's going to
taskmaster.
I'm the taskmaster to keep Lance and Rado on task.
Yes, slave
All
driver.
right. So please, if you are going to join us, go to BoardGameGeek.com. Click on the banner that is Gen Con 2019 preview. After you get to there, click on the filters button, and then the only filter you need to apply is filter for sale. And then go all the way to the bottom of the page, click on the show all, and then you'll be able to follow along with us. However, Keith normally shares his screen with us, and I will highlight that so you can probably you can watch it that way too. I will strongly suggest that you may have caught the tail end of that at the very beginning, but Board Game Geek has with it the ability to pre-order some of these games, and then you'll be able to go directly to the booth areas and pick these things up when and you'll be able to snag them. So if you want to go that route and not have to be racing if you're going to be in Indianapolis, I'd strongly suggest taking advantage of that and using that as your ability. And I'll open up with apologies to everyone that if we skip by a game that you were excited about, if it doesn't fall into our world or our
joy.
If it doesn't spark joy for us, then it is difficult for us to spend a lot of time on it. And one of the other things is that if it is already available, you can pick it up online right now. We will probably just mention that and we will skip right by it. So just keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, we may mention it quickly if we think it's worth looking into or it's hard to obtain, but otherwise we're going to let you know. Go get it now.
Yep.
Yeah. So did I miss anything?
That sounds pretty good. Where the hell's Scott? If anybody's going to give games some love,
they are doing some Board Game Geek TV stuff.
Oh, is he still?
It already ended. I believe that already ended though.
Well, he's got the invite. He knows what we're doing. I mean, if he shows up, he shows up. So
he is aware of the schedule.
Yeah,
he knows. We talked about it last time. So
it's not his first rodeo.
Yes. So
I made it on time for once. So
yes, knocked me over with a feather. So there you go. All right. Without any further ado, then we will just let Keith take the reins, and we will begin.
All right, first up in our preview from 25th Century Games, we have Space Explorers English Edition.
Was available at Origins. I don't know why we even. I mean, I guess
it's actually available in retail now.
Moving on.
If you want it, you can go get it. However,
it's
it
awesome.
is sold
Everyone
out.
can seek it out. That's all there is to say.
It is sold out at the major online retailers, but Amazon has it from 25th Century Game at MSRP. So if you want it, go buy it.
It's got really nice art. Really nice art. Anyway, go on. Move on.
Well, and it's a Splendor Killer. There we go. That's what it is. Adam's Apple Games with Truck Off, the Food Frenzy Roll and Write. I don't know anything about this. There's no image.
It's a shame because I'm all into food themed games and I like Roll and Write, so I would have liked to have seen more information on this. But
well, and the original Food Truck Frenzy was a fun game. So
is this an expansion or is this just a Roll and Write version?
This is just a Roll and Write version of the Food Truck Frenzy game, which was.
I'll check it out. It's not on my interested list.
Of Sword Crafters, which was
Ooh.
actually a pretty good game.
I liked Sword Crafters.
Oh yeah,
actually did.
Swordcrafters is cool.
And Adam is a Minnesota guy, so support him. He's
I have moved it from not interested to interested now. I will take a look at it at the
So
show.
Wow,
one thing that you
skipped
notice
right
at the
over
bottom.
Undecided. Nice.
I know, right? Yeah.
So it does have uses polyhedrals as a roll and write.
Ooh.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12s, and 20s.
Well, now I'm even more interested. I may move this to must have.
Void,
So-
don't you regret having skipped the undecided? Because if you were undecided, you could now go to interested. You really
Yeah,
don't-
I'm just going to leave it at interested. I don't want to make too big a move too early. I got to play it coy.
Ace yourself.
Base myself.
And as a warning to the people looking, because this is my screen you're seeing, when you see not interested, that is not a judgment on the quality of the game. That is just, is this something I am going to buy or not, or potentially. So
Correct.
Not interesting does not mean garbage, but it might be.
I did the same thing. Some of the games I already own, I just marked them not interested, and it's no reflection of the game.
I guess you
Next
should,
up.
open your browser in the incognito mode, perhaps.
No, that's okay, because I need this to track it to figure out what we didn't catch that comes
Okay.
out new next week. And I don't care. So AEG with Atelier, the painter studio. I don't know anything about it, but there are a lot of painting related games this year.
Hmm.
Undecided.
Yeah, this one-
It is disappointing when I see the designers uncredited.
I
though.
know.
I hate that too.
That's like a huge.
Yeah, if I knew the
Lock on.
designer, it would change my mind on whether this was something I'm interested or not. But there's another paint game coming out by Luma that I actually got to see that I'm interested in. So this is probably a non-buy for me, at least until I get a good chance to play it or see it.
Yeah,
And
this-
this is just one of those games that just screams to me that everybody's just gonna forget about it. I mean,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
AEG is very hit or miss with me.
No designer name. That's like, what are you hiding? I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
Or why aren't you promoting it? Because it might help.
And maybe it was a
are you
design team.
mutually ashamed?
Yeah,
We
I don't
have a
know.
lot of thumbs for it, though.
yeah.
100
This
thumbs.
doesn't make sense to me. Give some people credit.
Yeah. Ben
Next up.
Shapiro. No wonder they kept it quiet.
The Captain is Dead, an expansion, it looks like. So if you like The Captain is Dead, go buy your expansion.
Yeah.
Interested.
Interested. Very good.
And actually, it's not an expansion. It's a standalone game.
Oh, it's a standalone game.
It's a standalone.
But is it more of the same game?
No, it's
Just
it
standalone.
seems very, very different. Just the same setting. Before you were all stuck on the Enterprise trying to save it from a million different disasters. Now we've gone down on the planet. We're actually exploring and revealing new things. So it's a pretty different game, just with the same presentation.
Oh, so
And,
it's not like The
I
Captain
love
is
the
Dead,
presentation,
but on a
and I'm
space
attracted
station.
through and through.
Okay.
But on the
Alright.
flip side, Captain is Dead 2 was actually no bueno. So they had one really great one and then kind of a falter. So
This could be
will
hit or miss.
Their junior effort. We'll see how it goes.
All right. Next up, Curios, also uncredited.
Ugh.
Are
I
you
hate
serious?
that.
Yes.
I've got it right here. I want to give that person some credit. I gotta
Do you
find
actually? Oh, does it like say in the rule book maybe who the actual designer is?
it. Well, if it doesn't, that'll be really odd.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's uncredited games really make it harder for me to make a decision on because I base a lot of my buying decisions now on designers I
Alright.
like.
Curious. On the back page, nothing. On the inside, graphic designer, rulebook editor, proofreader, publisher, director, Wow. This must have been done by committee. The project lead is Eric Jason Yapple.
Okay.
The producer.
So I'm wondering if
David Lepore.
the other AEG game is the same. I wonder if they've built a design team that works on their stuff now and that goes uncredited.
That must be it. That they've decided, hey, this was an internal thing. There is no one person who is the lead on this, and so
Yeah.
we can't give it to a lead. So what do we do? Then
No,
they got to
but
come up with some cool code name or something.
Yeah. Jaws was done the same way. It was done by
Oh,
a
really?
design team. Yep. So,
Oh.
yep, it's becoming the popular thing nowadays. It's
That's
cheaper.
unfortunate. And
So
all that
you've
said,
got it.
it's
Is it any
actually-
good, or should we
It's
move
pretty
on?
good. It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's a nice, fast little 20-minute deduction game where you have to figure out what's going on based on watching other people. And for them to get ahead, they have to give you clues. For you to get ahead, you have to give them clues, and everybody's racing to figure it out. It's good. It's good.
Cool.
Apparently, it will be one of the 3 games that you get for free if you go to the AEG game night.
Yeah,
like the
that
black
point
box thing?
salad and that Burano game.
Yeah,
Walking in Burano.
Walking in Burano, Point Salad, and Curios. You will get
That's
all
right.
three of
Every
them
year
for
they
free.
do that giveaway box thing.
I did that for 2 years. It was pretty cool. Then it just became too hard to get into, and I started getting crappy games, so I quit.
Yeah,
They
it sells
know
out.
that was an
quick.
issue, and they are trying to turn it around this year by ensuring that all the games that they're giving away
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
proud
for
of.
the first
And-
time, they're announcing in advance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're,
that's
yeah,
good.
they're not hiding it, and I can confirm, having played all three of them, they are all good to great.
Good.
Yeah.
But
But in the past, and now I'm the one diverging, but they did give some really cool, like unique to Gen Con stuff away, like trains. They had a unique Indiana map
Yep,
and
I
stuff
got that.
like that. So it's a neat event. Moving on, Point Salad. I'm interested in Point Salad. It's a card. It's a, from what I hear, it's a light little card drafting fun game, but it has your scoring method changes depending on cards played. So
it is. It's a pure, very fast. Teach anybody. Total muggles can play it with less than 5 minutes. It's fast. It's fun. It's very, very compulsive and compelling because every round you're just grabbing one or two cards and building up to like huge 100+ point scoring things. Everybody can see, wow, in your salad, you really want carrots. I can't let you have those carrots. You know how I'm going to destroy those carrots? Because I don't want them either. You can basically convert point scoring cards into point generating cards. Or I said that backwards. Point generating cards into point scoring cards. It's a really neat, clever little fast thing. You can play it with your in-laws. It's a good one to have around. And it works well at 2. Although at 2, man, it is probably the most drafting game I have ever played.
Okay. Next up, there's some more Smash Up crap. If you still give any care about Smash Up, go put more in your pie hole and be happy. Otherwise, moving on.
Yeah, I've had enough Smash Up.
Yeah, I'm done. Walking in Burano.
This is the other one. The Point Salad, this one, and Curios will be given for free. And this is excellent. This is a really, really good game. It came out at Essen last year from Emperor S4. Is that the?
Oh, so this is like the US launch of that game? Okay.
And for people who got it in Essen, they'll be sad to know that this new version comes with an additional like 10 cards, which are actually really cool. So
yeah, cool.
But apparently they'll be releasing separate promo packs for people who have the first edition. But it's cool. It's really nice. It's very pretty, simple, fun little drafting game. And I've only played it as a solo game, but it's great. Because I'm all solo this month since Jen is gone. But I really, really enjoyed it. And I look forward to playing it with Jen when she gets back.
Cool. Emperor S4 does really cool little games. So
yes,
that's a good thing.
And this was them picking their best of the year, basically.
Awesome. Next up, a Rudiger Dorn design from Aaliyah, Las Vegas Royale.
This says dice rolling. Is this related to the other Las Vegas game that came out from Ravensburger?
This is just the revamped second edition. Yeah. Look, we're making classy looking games now.
Ooh.
It's Las Vegas with some elements of the expansion.
I'm putting that up to must have because me and my family and some of my non-gaming friends love Las Vegas. I can get them to play at any time.
This might be ridiculous for me, but I think this is like stupidly overproduced. I don't like the look of this. I love Las Vegas. I love playing Las Vegas, but I mean, this one
great gateway game.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's just like this looks just like I said, stupidly overproduced.
Oh, it is. It is. I just went to look at the.
Oh my goodness!
From a tasty minstrel?
Yeah, that is a little. That's like me saying it's overproduced. That's a little hypocritical on neither.
I mean, look at that, dude. That
does look cool. I actually think it looks cool.
It's got a dice bowl in the middle of the table.
It is interesting. I mean, it is definitely them as a publisher deciding after 15 years of being the stalwart, we do not care about production. It's just about gameplay.
Now we care.
Fine, fuck it. We'll give you production too.
I'm okay with it, especially if it's a proven game. Like if it's a game that's sold really well and they're like, you know what, let's give the people that really like this game a better version of it. Fine. They're not doing it to every game. So I'm okay with it.
This is one in Castles of Burgundy, the only ones they've announced, I believe.
Yeah. I would say this is like the win version of Las Vegas versus
it does look like it with the gold
of Las Vegas, right?
I'm in. I switched it. This has convinced me. I loved Las Vegas. I had no idea it was
having never played Las Vegas. I've always been curious. I just never got around to it. Could you guys tell me, is it fun as a 2-player only game?
Nah, I'd say it shines at like 3 to 4 players, if not more.
There's an app for Las Vegas. Go play it. Be bored with it after 3 seconds.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Alley Cat Games with Cat Cafe. It's a dice rolling pen and paper or paper and pencil, animals and dice. So I
No
assume
thanks.
this is a
No, thank you.
roll and write of some sort.
I like rolling.
It's a re-implementation and slightly altered version of the Korean game Cat Tower. So
from the same designer. Yeah,
yep.
I have undecided because I have yet to do my research.
Yep.
All right, welcome to Nino World. This
Already
is
own
already
it.
delivered to Kickstarter backers.
Yep.
I assume it's somewhat out there. It's a heavier roll and write.
It is. I would say it is the heaviest roll and write.
Yeah, it's probably a fair assessment. I
I
haven't
don't know,
played mine
is it
yet, but I
heavier
read
than
the rules.
Fleet Dice? I don't know.
Oh, definitely. Fleet Dice is for babies compared to
Okay.
Dino World.
Well, I've played Dino World, and it is fairly heavy for a roll and write. Without
Yeah.
A deluxe edition is available for $40.
there you go.
Hey.
But play the full version of this game if you play it. Don't play the weenie down version.
And be prepared for some significant, surprising amount of AP.
Yes.
And play with a pencil, not a pen, because you will need an eraser.
All right, I'm going to blast through on Kama because we already discussed these titles at our Origins preview, and they're already in stores.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
they're all
can
the
buy
same.
them anywhere you want.
Yeah, I think-
Dracosaurus, Monster Slaughter, Tales of Glory, go buy it. It's out.
Yep, I think all of
Welkin,
those.
I don't know if it's out yet.
Welkin is the only one that doesn't look familiar from the previous, but I know I've actually purchased and or played these either at Dice Tower or at Origin, so these are all available.
All right. Next up, 8 games with Rice Dice. Spirits of the Rice Paddy Dice game.
Made by my buddy Philip DuBarry.
Philip DuBarry is a good designer. Spirits of the Rice Paddy is actually a pretty cool game from a few years back.
Yep.
I know nothing about this.
This is a dice version of it.
Yeah.
So.
Arcane Wonders has Dragon Scales English edition.
I know nothing about this.
It's
Me
Richard
neither.
Launius.
Oh, this is the redone. So this is basically Dragon's Rampage redone. If you remember the Richard's old game, Dragon's Rampage for Griffin Games,
I like Dragon's Rampage.
this is a re-implementation of the game, basically.
All right. So this is
I only have it not interested because I'll get one from Richard when he gets his copies.
all right. Listen to Mr. Oh, can you pick that name up off the floor real quick, Pete?
Yep, I can.
Okay, we appreciate that. Ares Games, if you like Battlestar Galactica and plastic spaceships, there's a bunch of new spaceships to play Battlestar Galactica. Then we move into Monsters vs. Heroes Volume 2, Cthulhu Mythos.
Is that like a smash up style game?
I know nothing about this game.
Yeah, I don't either.
Nothing.
Oh,
I know nothing about Nightmarium.
I
Yeah,
don't
me neither.
either. It's a
Sword and
revised. It's a
Sorcery.
2014 game. It's revised. Expansions for Sword and Sorcery, if you like that.
No, this is the weird thing. There's Sword and Sorcery of Vesterios' Lair. I mean, that was like part of a Kickstarter from like 3 years ago.
It's from 2017. By the
Yeah,
day.
they just haven't released it to the
They're
retail
just
yet.
releasing it to the public.
Nah.
Oh, see.
Yeah.
And we got some more Wings for Glory stuff from Ares. Moving on. B&B Game Studios has Noises at Night.
It's a fun little kids game. My kids like it. I own one.
Is it already out?
I mean, they did a Kickstarter, I think.
Okay.
So I forget what it is, but it's like, yeah, it's a fun game that my son and I play. So
Okay.
Excellent.
yeah.
Next up, Backspindle Games has Ninja Squad. This is English edition.
No
It
idea.
is- I don't know
nothing.
anything about it. Miniatures and racing, cooperative play, route network building, and take that.
It is just stunning how many games we just know nothing about any
Right.
of it.
Lance, have you ever played Swords and Bagpipes?
No.
That sounds like something you would have played, and it's from the same designer, so I thought maybe that would be something. But
No. It must have escaped me.
yeah, It looks-
Next
it
up,
seems like it has cute art.
Bezier Games has a second edition of Cabo,
Cabo San Lucas?
the elusive unicorn card game.
Hmm.
Man,
If
there's
only
a lot of
Aldi were here, he could tell us all about it again.
Yeah, he could tell us all about the original Cabo and why we should play it. One Night Ultimate Super Villain. So if you need more One Night Ultimate something, there you go.
my
And,
daughter and her friends are like all in on playing werewolf like all the time.
Oh, that's right. You said they've been playing a lot of werewolf stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like they get together and they play werewolf. Like, they'll play with as little as 5 people. Where werewolf is just horrible with 5 people, but they'll just play it over and over and over again. Yeah. Anyway,
Next up is Silver English edition. It's a card game. It's a
that's been out
re-implementation.
forever.
Has Silver
It says
been out?
2019. It doesn't
Well, I know,
say.
but I've seen it at like every convention I've gone to this year.
I've
So-
heard it's a good little game.
I like the artwork. It looks very Pixar-ish.
Yeah, it definitely looks How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Next up, I believe this
yeah.
game is already out at Target.
Yeah.
But Kenny G keeping it sexy.
Moving on.
This is on my list.
Of course
Then
it
go to Target, Pete, because that's where it's at. All right, Big Potato with 20-second showdown. Playtime, not applicable. I think it's 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Linky. What?
Blockbuster English
Already
edition.
out. It's at Target. I already picked
Already
one up.
out. All right. It's a movie trivia game.
Yep.
Don't Get Got. English edition.
South Edition. Welcome to the South Edition.
It is a humor game.
Yeah.
Head hackers. So these are where in the hell's Forrest when we've got all these?
Yeah, I know, right? He
This
would
is
know
like the
all about
Forrest
these.
section.
Where is our trashy games expert?
Oh, this is awesome
that
with
is a good way to put it. I
3-year-olds.
was trying to think of a good, not really insulting way to say that.
No, let's just go for it.
Wait, Aldi's here.
Yeah, Scott Alden.
It's about
Oh,
time.
Sorry, I had to work.
That's all
That's
right.
okay. I totally plugged your pre-order system, by the way.
Oh,
Yes.
Plug the hell out of it.
And I will talk about the pre-order. I actually used it yesterday, and it is stupidly simple to use. It's
Tried
very
to.
nice. We're gonna skip the rest of these garbage games, and I don't care if you like them. I'm still calling them garbage games. So let's go to Blue Orange games. And first up is Detective Club, and this is on my interested list, bordering on must have, from the designer of Mysterium.
Yeah, I know.
And I love Mysterium, but this has some other stuff in it that might turn me off, so I need to see it first.
Only thing that's killing it for me is the 4-player minimum.
I know. I have just instant. Oh, dead.
Yeah,
water
most
there.
of my
Well-
game groups are 3 to 4, and it's games like this tend to be better at the higher player counts.
Yes, that's the thing that turns it away. I think it's kind of a Mysterium combined almost with a fake artist goes to New York mechanism in there, where one person doesn't, or even a spyfall, one person doesn't know what's going on, and everybody else does, and you've got to bluff your way into not being identified as the guy that doesn't know what's going on around a Mysterium type game. So I need to actually try this one before I buy it, but I'm interested for the cards alone, which I can take and put in other games.
It's interesting. They ended their pre-orders so long ago.
I
Yeah,
know.
Why would they do that? I
July
guess maybe
10th
for
seems
shipping.
kind of early. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe for planning. I don't know. Next up, Dragon Market, which I think was in our Origins preview.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Marco Teubner.
Next up, King Domino Duel Dice Edition, 2-player game. Richard, take it
I
away.
have it. My wife is out of the country. I have no one to play it with. I am actually
Oh.
going to be playing it online with Paul Grogan of Gaming Rules tomorrow, so I can actually play this thing and get it filmed before the show starts.
I heard it's good.
It's a 2-player King Domino
Yeah.
roll and write for
Yeah.
$13.
Yeah, 13
Yeah,
bucks.
you-
You can't really go wrong.
Perfect
You
stock.
should get it. It's
Yeah, how
you
can
roll 4
if you were
dice.
there, you'd be crazy not to.
Yeah, you roll 4 dice. You draft 1. The other person drafts 2. Then you draft the last one, and then you have to fill it in your board.
Yeah.
And it's like King Domino scoring.
Huh, cool.
It's probably
But
pretty
You
cool.
want you want big areas of stuff, and the dice make a domino, right? So you have to put it in the thing. It's cool. Looks good.
Cool. Next up, Pappy Winchester.
I want to get that just because the name.
No clue what this game is about, but
Well, Pappy Winchester kicked the bucket.
25 minutes.
And I don't know anything else. So whatever, moving on. Planet, it's already out. Moving on.
Yeah,
Good.
it's good.
Slide Quest already
Oh.
out.
Slide Quest,
I
already
want
out.
this one.
It's
I
good
want
too.
Slide
this
Quest
game.
is good. Slide Quest. is
Yeah, I
very
wish
fun.
the pre-order wasn't over on this one already. I had to
I know.
pre-order
I
this
don't
one.
understand why they ended it.
I saw it.
It's,
so
it's
long
out.
ago.
Go buy it. I
It's
bought
out
it.
already?
For those
Yes,
who
I've
are
already got
obviously gaga for Slide Quest, would you recommend it as a 2-player only game?
Yes.
Sure.
It
My
looked like
wife
it'd
and I
play
played
fine.
it. You both
Yeah.
have 2 levers.
Yeah, I know. I totally get how it would work. I've watched
Yeah.
plenty of
It might
Survivor.
be
It
easier.
seems like you need more people being frivolous to really get it, and it might just be a little bit. I don't know. Would Jen and I have
I think
played?
you should
Four-player adds
twister
more
it up so
kick.
you play opposite sides, so you have to work over each other to make it harder, maybe. But
Yeah.
where you just do up
I
and
think it
down.
still works. I would think it still works.
My
Joel
daughter and I
Eddy
play at
would
it.
recommend it for 2, 100%.
There you
But-
go.
My daughter and I play it
Why
and
is
scream
Joel
at
Eddy
each
not in
other
here?
a
Yeah,
lot.
I would have to say at best he recommends it 90% because he won't get in front of his camera and give us that extra 10%.
Well, you know what? To hell with him. Fuge. Team Fuge.
All right. From Boards and Dice, Sierra West.
This is an excellent game. Johnny Pack is a designer to watch. Big time. Coloma was fantastic.
Coloma was really good. And Coloma's game before it, which was basically, it was based on his original game called Hangtown.
Which
Which-
also excellent.
Yes. And then, I'm actually very interested in checking this one out.
I want to check it out. I watched Richard play it with himself on the YouTubes, and it looks very interesting. I'm not sure if I want it yet or not, but it looks very slick.
Yeah.
And it looks like it has a lot of variety from gameplay to gameplay, potentially, with the mountain. Next up, the expansion for Teotihuacan.
Does anybody know what exactly this adds?
I don't know what it adds, but they're going to sell the living crap out of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it
doesn't
matters
matter.
for
I've
me.
never been bothered to read a single word of this because it's immaterial. It's must have.
It's
Like Teotihuacan, you must get it, and if you don't, I don't think this will change it.
I just,
Oh, it looks like it
I
adds
just,
some powers and some
There's
new
another tile
locations.
there.
I don't like expansions that just change the way you play the game. That's I've said that many times over.
Yeah, it looks like you had
Oh, those
tribes.
those
with
look like
specific
special
powers
abilities.
and special abilities. Yep.
Oh,
After
yeah.
failing to collect a mask discovery tile, he gained 2 additional cocoa for a total of 7 cocoa. New locations with different powers.
That's actually cool.
and cool little dudes to go into the game.
Yeah,
Yep.
looks good.
Yeah, that's going to sell. That will sell out very fast. So if you want it, go get it quickly. I guarantee you that's going to be gone quick. BoardGameTables.com. And besides turning gamers into giant annoying ass turtles, they're bringing some games.
That's an
On
insight.
tour.
Encore, I believe, is already out because
I
Yeah, it
know
came
it was
out-
a Kickstarter
It was a
game,
Kickstarter.
Yeah,
It's
I
been out for a
know
while.
Kickstarter backers have gotten it. I don't know if it's
and
available.
it's a roll and write.
But regardless, it is one of the best roll and writes ever. Period.
Did you see
Really?
their giant table they had at Origins?
yeah,
The craps
the
table.
craps table was awesome. He said it was like
no, because it wasn't
super
there.
expensive to make.
If you
that
would
thing.
like to know, Keith, go watch my video. There's a link in the show notes to allow you to download your own copy. It's a bingo style game.
I
You
know. I
like
started
to-
watching your
everybody
video,
does.
and you were
And
playing.
you can
it with
play
the
along
others.
and beat Jen's and my score and see if you like it.
What, on tour?
On tour, yes.
I need to learn how to play it. I'll have to watch that because I picked it up at
Yeah.
Origins. I just haven't opened it yet.
I watched your video, and it didn't click for me. That's why I didn't back it at the time. So, QE English version auction bidding economic game by Gavin Birnbaum.
Mhm.
You can bid anything. You can bid $9 or $9 quadrillion billion.
I could bid BGG then as my
Yeah.
my bid.
Yeah, there you go.
$9 quadrillion.
Yeah.
Or one
I don't know
BGG.
anything about this. So.
Yeah, 3 to 5
Yeah,
players.
it's an
again.
interesting premise. I have not played it yet. It's sitting on my table.
It's
Waiting.
already out as well, according to Kabuki.
QE is.
Yep.
The
Well,
big
it
one.
was a Kickstarter, but not really out.
All right,
Can you buy it?
maybe.
Shipping to backers.
Bombix Imaginarium worker placement fantasy game.
I have that on my table right now, ready to go.
I have you played it or no?
No, Chad Roberts says it's awesome.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
I need to play it before I drop $50 on a game that I might play once.
I suspect you could talk to them.
I suspect I probably could too, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
all right.
still, it's also
Do a
like
preview video or something.
yeah, maybe
Could you?
something.
I have marked as not interested, and I couldn't tell you why. But at some point, I
Probably
looked
not
into it,
two-player.
I wasn't interested.
No, it is 2 players.
It is.
2 to
It's
5.
2-player.
Yeah, but I.
Oh, that's cool looking art.
Wow, I'd really be. You got to start marking reasons why you say no.
Well, you need to put a comment field.
It's Bruno and it's Bruno.
It says right
and
there,
Lee.
add notes. Right
Never
there.
mind. I retract my earlier thing.
The components in the presentation. Is,
Oh, and it has that little.
Nice.
I was
I
looking
know,
at it
it's
because
both-
their booth was right next to ours at Origins, and I kept
Chad's
on looking
wife's-
over there.
Yeah, Doris, Chad Roberts' wife, loves it. It's her favorite game right now,
cool.
Wow.
and she's discerning as well.
All right, you listen to Doris or else.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll put it back up
That's
to
how it goes.
undecided.
I'm curious
I
of
will
what
not trust my
why
former
you.
self.
Interesting. Brain Games has Farm Rescue, which
Cooperative dice rolling memory.
looks like a kid's
Ugh.
memory.
Yep.
Does
Memory's not
anybody
so bad.
like memory?
No.
Some
Kids.
people,
Kids.
I had a
kids
fun
rock
time
memory
with
games.
Fabulantica. It's the Spiel des or Kinderspiel nominee.
Oh yeah. So
It's
again,
fun.
kids.
Yeah, it's a kids game.
Yeah.
But
So
Pegasus pattern
Bullshit.
recognition.
You
you played
real-time.
Leo Goes to the Barber.
we don't like it. We don't like to be reminded of our mortality.
Le-
Stop.
Leo Goes to the Barber is awesome memory game.
Yeah.
It's time stories for kids.
We're moving on from Pegasus already.
You and that Leo Goes to the Barber. Just
It's
enough.
fucking awesome, dude. You
Yeah.
played it. We need to
No.
play it. Yes,
Because
we
you
need to
see,
play it.
Leo goes to the barber. So
Yes,
Mr. Mike Elliott brings us Snowman Dice.
that looked fun. It's like a flicking
Little
dice game.
flicking game. Yeah, a little cheapo, $15.
I'm curious about these team games.
Team Green and Team
Team-
Pink
Yeah, never even heard anything about them.
Moving on.
from Matt Fantastic and Alex Cutler.
Moving on.
minimum, no thank you.
It's a flicking game.
Breaking Games brings us We're Doomed. 4 to 10
Oh, it's
players.
been out forever. Just, I
Then we're
mean,
moving
Yeah,
on.
I thought this looked familiar. I don't know anything about it, but I've seen that cover before.
very.
All
It's
right.
it's a combination of like there's some weird auction stuff. There's player elimination, and it's just like it's somebody described it to me as like if it's a cooperative game that if everybody cooperates, you all win all the time. But that isn't why you play. You play to like screw each other over and have and laugh. That's why.
Yeah.
This looks awesome.
Next up,
Yeah.
Black and White.
Click the
Batman
video.
Ninja.
Click the video.
It is a
It's
CCG.
already on Amazon. I already bought it.
Is it really?
Yep, I bought mine yesterday. It's coming
What
tomorrow.
is this?
Weiss Schwartz Batman Ninja.
Ninja.
Yep, it's already out, but only on Amazon. It's the only place I found it, but it is
Oh,
out.
it's the Batman Ninja thing. Gotcha.
Yeah, I love Batman Ninja, so I was excited. I don't even know anything about Weiss Schwartz,
The
but
game
I bought
description
one.
from this video it makes it sound really fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying
Looks
it out.
like a bunch of cards and nothing.
Well, it's a CCG. So
It's a CCG.
But
Yeah.
it's I don't know. It's less. You should look at it.
Yeah, if you like it, it's on Amazon.
I'm not
now. You
gonna.
can buy
I'm
it.
not gonna be in a CCG. No, thank you. Not gonna happen.
yeah. All right. Capstone
play Aldi.
Games.
Yeah.
Pipeline, which I believe was out at Origin.
Already out, but
No,
Pipeline is so good.
Is it? I haven't played it. I
Why-
just saw
why-
the hubbub at Origins, but I didn't pick it up.
Why is it good?
It's just it's a heavy game that you don't need to have your nose in the rule book half the time while you're playing.
Yeah, smooth.
It plays very smooth, and it has those moments where you're allowed to feel smart, like when you figure out like a perfect turn kind of thing, which is why I play heavy games, because then I feel smart and I feel like I accomplished something.
It's also very important to remember its existence by the end of the year when Lance is complaining how there are never any good heavy games anymore.
Yes.
Well, it's near the top of the hotness out of the preview.
That
too,
would be because
given
Shut Up
27
and Sit
thumbs.
Down gave it a
Can't
huge,
pre-order it.
sparkling Uber love review the other day.
Yeah. Next up, Ragusa. I don't know. Or Rag USA. Pick your name.
What is Ragusa?
I
Never
don't know.
heard of it.
By Fabio Lopiano.
It's for 1 to 5 players, 4 to 8. It's trading and city building,
And
puts in
worker
economy and commodity speculation. Don't you know anything?
Where's the Rado runs through?
Apparently, his previous game, Kalimala, was very, very well received, but I never played it.
Kalimala ruled the world.
3-player minimum game. But Kalimala was pretty well loved last year, wasn't it?
I don't
Amongst
know.
heavy Euro
I
aficionados.
don't remember. That was a Spielworks game, right? Spielberg.
Yes.
I never played it.
Next up, Watergate, the 2-player game.
I've not heard of this, but Joel is saying it's one of his most anticipated.
Yeah.
What the hell does Joel know?
Rodney likes it too. They got to play it, or he got to play it at Origins.
I
Interesting.
heard people talking
So
about
it's-
comparing it to Twilight Struggle. And
Yeah.
Yes,
So
it's,
Twilight
mini,
Struggle
it's a
like.
mini Twilight Struggle, basically.
Interested.
One person is playing Nixon, and the other one is trying to play
not
Woodward and
Canadian.
Bernstein or something.
Next up, Chip Theory Games has Cloudspire.
No, this is basic. This was their Kickstarter,
Yep.
They haven't delivered the Kickstarter yet.
but
Have
looks
they
like
not?
they're gonna.
I don't have mine.
But it looks like they'll have copies. Blah blah blah.
This
Because
is
I
just-
thought they were selling Cloudspire at Origins.
Keith,
They
you're
did
out.
have Cloudspire at Origins.
Expand the details, Keith, and read the mechanics.
Oh, it's a freaking what you call it, right?
Tower defense.
Yeah, tower defense. That's why I didn't back it. Because when I get to that part on the backing, I went, nope, I'm out.
Yep.
On Kickstarter. Yeah, but the components look so cool.
He hates towers.
They do a great job.
I'm going to try a tower defense because
Screw
of
you,
Scott.
towers.
Oh yeah.
But
You
I
have
don't
to
like
play
tower
Tower
defense.
Chief father.
Set a watch.
I am not a tower defense guy.
Fantastic.
Chronicle Books has autocomplete the game. This is like Target party game shit. So I'm
Yeah, it
moving
looks.
through.
Although $26, that's a little higher than what their normal price point would be for something like that.
Last Word Standing. Card
Mm,
drafting, take that word game.
Nope.
Oh my God, Stacy, the party game.
I hadn't seen this until
Totally 80s.
Yes.
Scott wants this. He's got to have it.
What's your damage?
What's your deal? What's your deal,
You
Scott?
work their clique to play cards through school day, attempting to prank their fellow classmates. I hid something in your trapper keeper.
And that could be funny with the right group, I suppose.
With one like so far for Oh My God, Stacy, by the way. And We Rate Dogs, the card game.
I like dog games, so I'll take a look at this, but I don't
It's
have it
3 to
marked.
6
on mine.
players.
I
and
like their
rated
Twitter
dogs.
feed. So there's that.
Eh.
All right, next up. Come on.
Hey Barry.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Come on's got foodies, and we're to my first must-have game on the list. This is Machikoro with like a food court. With
Yeah,
some
I got
cool
the
stuff
demo
like
from
this
this from
guy.
some guy from Come On came over and demoed it.
It
Looks good.
This looks like fun, so I'm going to try to pick it up.
It is for me, and of course I'm going to be a homer here, but for me, after playing many times Machikoro, playing Space Base, it is very much in that field. But for me, it probably kills Machikoro. I don't know if it kills Space Base. Space Base does some things that I like differently, but
doesn't
definitely
kill the
I
best of the dice rolling games, which is Valeria Card Kingdom.
yeah. So Foodies definitely kills Machikoro for me.
Well, that's not hard.
That's
If you don't like Machikoro, then
well, Machikoro Legacy is out at Con.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
get to there.
That would be at the top of my list.
But Valeria Card Kingdom's killed.
Hey,
Machikoro
Zombicide
for me.
Invader. Is that means it shipped? Or close to shipping?
And by the way,
The
if you're looking-
retail pledges are going out as we speak. Regular backer stuff will be coming very shortly. So we just had some advanced copies flown into Gen Con
Right.
to have a little bit of a presence. It's probably very limited. I don't know how many we have total, but they probably won't make it through the show.
And FYI,
Mhm.
if you want the Command games, you have to go buy them at the Asmodee Store of Hell.
Yes.
So,
I'm curious.
Why
They
is-
probably have a huge store this year.
Why is God
Yeah.
of War not on here?
God of War is
it was listed for demo only in the
Yeah.
preview, but
it is
Oh,
demo. It is
it
demo.
is.
It's coming out. It's coming out after Gen Con. They may have last minute got like a small amount of copies that'll be for sale, but I think it was too late for this list. But last I heard, I don't think we're selling it. I think it's just gonna be for demo.
Would I like it? I don't know anything about it.
I think so. I mean, well, I think you'd like the mechanics of it, and it plays well with two players, and you can even play it solo. So I think you would like it, regardless of your affinity to the video game. So yeah,
Well, I like the video games too.
then you'll like it even more because it's got a lot of flavor to the.
You're my only contact with Simon, so
I think you would like it, Richard. I got the
Mhm.
demo from Pete. It looks cool.
I think whoever I talked to, Simon, got sick and tired of me saying no to everything, so he's
But
just stopped.
the whole
writing.
American marketing team's laid off.
Yeah, I am the
So-
American reviews marketing team now.
I stand by what I said. Simon's American marketing team has not contacted me about coverage of this game. As a former video game developer with 20 years experience. Yeah.
next up, Cryptozoic Entertainment with Challenge of the Super Friends.
That's been out for like 3 months.
All right, moving on. DC deck building game Afterbirth. I mean, Rebirth.
I need to play one of those.
Oh dear.
God, it's terrible.
Next.
I really like the Attack on Titan, which is the same system as I understand it.
The DC deck building game?
Well, yeah, they're all the same.
It's all the
underlying-
same system, right?
Yeah, whatever they call that
The
system.
Cerberus.
Cerberus,
Yeah, the
yeah.
Cerberus. Yeah.
But yeah, Attack on Titan was the best of all of them. It was a much more robust
Okay.
game. They-
Another game in the epic spell wars of the Battle Wizards.
There must be
series.
something there. Oh,
I'll
wait,
tell you
no,
this.
is a deck building version. Or
Spell
were they all?
Battle Wizards is a great game if you have a good group of people that know how to have fun and get in character. But if you don't get in character with this game, it is just it's no fun. You have to have a good group of people that just enjoy hamming it up and playing.
This is the deck building version of that game.
Here, I'm going to pick on the pre-order system for this one though, because MSRP $40, pre-order $43.20.
Whoops.
Oh, there must be a mistake.
Oh no, I don't think it's a
They
mistake.
list the price.
I think they marked the price up so they still get their full cut.
Yeah, I think they did.
Oh,
Well,
did they cut out-
their DC is 45 and they've got it at 48.60. They're the only
Yeah, they
one
did
on the
that
list so
on-
far that's
they did
above
that
the
on both
SRP.
I guess they added in their credit card fees there.
Yeah, same thing
Yeah.
with their Spyfall game.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Next up, a new Rick and Morty game. Look who's purging now. The
That is
card
also already out. I picked it up at my local game store.
game. Next, Spyfall time travel. Remember when Spyfall was hot and cool, and now nobody cares?
I want to say this is already out too, because I think I remember seeing that box at my FLGS. So I think all the Cryptozoic stuff's already available.
But you know
Oh,
what's
yeah.
insane is that
Spyfall.
my 74-year-old mother loves playing Spyfall.
Spyfall's not bad. I've enjoyed the games I've played of it. It just doesn't get to the table
I
much because
like
it's
it.
better with big.
It's so hot, but nobody cares anymore.
I really want it to work, but it's so fragile.
Always supported 2 players. How would a 2-player game of Spyfall work?
I don't know. It didn't sound fun to me.
How does that? Yeah, how does that work?
And no, an original.
I think you're the spy. Dang,
Yeah.
I lost.
Dang, you're right.
Yeah, it
that
doesn't.
really sucks.
I can't
would like
imagine how a 2-player
explanation
game
of
would
how
work.
this-
Well,
Because the original
maybe
Spyfall was a 3-player game.
what if there was a chance that there was no spy handed off?
Yeah, there's
Then
got to
you-
be doing something like that.
It's got to be 3 cards or something, and you only deal 2 out, so there's a chance there's no spy, and if you guess incorrectly, you lose. So
That's called forcing a 3-player game to 2 players, and it sounds like shit.
yeah, it does.
Well, still, having noticed that it supports 2, I'm taking it from not interested to undecided.
Double check
do
that
it.
though.
Don't do it, Richard.
Oh, you're
Double
right.
check it because it could just be a
database.
database entry.
That's a good point.
Could be a bad entry.
Yeah, that's probably the most likely.
Oh,
Excellent.
Letter Jam's going to be for
Next
sale.
up.
That's cool.
From Czech Games Edition, Letter
I
Jam.
haven't heard of this one.
It's on my interested list.
I played it.
Are you being
Yeah, I played it. It's pretty cool. Different than what you think.
No, anything that's a word game is like
It's
you're
a
like, oh, it's
knobby-
pretty good.
Shut up, William.
I am
No, it's about word. It's about words.
Not
It's
all word
great.
games are my favorite. I guess it's like Hanabi, but you don't get to see your letters.
I'm gonna show up at Gen Con and just
So you-
throw the
so you-
contents of Scrabble at you.
You see everybody else's letter, and then like let's say I come up with like a 6-letter word, and I have these number tiles, and I lay them out in front of the letters that matches. So the first letter is A, second letter is a P, third letter is P, but it's over here. Then I throw the 4th letter in front of you, and then the 5th letter in front of someone else. And so you see A, P, P, E with the blank for you, right? So you have to deduce what your letter is from that.
Apple.
Well, sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's hard because
Oh.
multiple letters could fit in the word.
I have it as interested, and I'm almost on the edge to must have. This is basically
It's
the
pretty
Arrow
clever.
game.
Yeah,
So
it's really clever.
Is
No,
phenomenal.
that's a
So
German.
I expect
It's
Letter
really clever. Twice as clever.
in terms of
Oh
long
God.
and all the monies.
I guess with 2 players, you would have some dummy hands that you can see, so you can make longer words.
I don't know. 2-player
Right.
Hanabi works great.
Yeah.
So there's got to be. I'm confident, considering how great a job they did with 2-player code names, which was phenomenal right out of the box. You don't need code names duel at all. I have nothing but high confidence that Vlada and Co will nail that.
All
So
right.
it would probably
It's
be
good.
maybe not probably my top 20 most anticipated show. I'd be willing to bet.
Cool. I want to try it. Daily Magic Games with Chocolatiers.
This is nice. This is fun. Yeah, just a nice little puzzle-y, lay all the tiles out to make the perfect chocolate box arrangement.
That's nice.
Light, fun, fast, from the designer of Valeria Games. Good.
Oh,
Isaiah's. Yep.
Yeah. Doesn't reinvent the wheel or anything, doesn't set the world on fire, but it's just really good at what it does. Great game for casual gateway type stuff, because how could you not like making a box of chocolates?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Is life like the box of chocolates that you make?
Oh god. Moving on.
We move on. Or else make more.
Moving on.
more skill
Thieves
for-
Den.
I'm thankful this is finally out. I really enjoyed this game like a year ago when I played it.
Yeah, this is good too.
Was this a Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Set in the world of 10-minute heist, players are master thieves who send their hirelings out into the city. It's another one of those go get treasure games. There's a lot of those right now.
Yeah, and an expansion releasing with the base game.
We have expansion for Villages of Valeria and the big box Kickstarter edition of Villages of Valeria.
Is it worth picking up? Because this is something that I'm undecided on. I have not played it.
The one thing I didn't like, what I don't like about, can I go on a mini rant here?
Sure.
Quickly? So one thing I always really hate is like keeping track of like, do I have this expansion for this game that's got 7,000 little tiny card expansions? And then what I really like is when companies just say, you know what, here's this giant box and it's got everything in it, and give me $100, and then you have everything. And I really like when they do that. I don't think this is what it is, but
I thought this had everything in it now.
I don't know. I mean, I find it hard to believe for $40 you can get all the stuff for Valeria in just that one big box. I'm sure this is just a big box that you can put all the other stuff in there.
It has
look at what this is. It includes Rada the Guildmaster.
Radically different Valeria games out. And Villages of Valeria is like the most slight of them, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, and there's a
Well,
Rada
Lance,
card
do you keep
either
track of
for-
your collection on BGG?
I used to.
Mm.
I'm bad. I don't usually keep expansions on BG.
I have to,
So
or I'll forget.
yeah, I've actually bought expansions twice because of that
Yeah.
stupidity. But
So is Valeria worth buying? Is it good?
It's I've heard it termed as Machikoro done correctly.
No,
No,
that
that's
is Valeria
Oh.
Card Kingdoms.
yeah, that's
Never mind. I have not played Villages of Valeria.
There are
And-
three different Valeria games.
That's unfortunate that
Soon to
I.
be four.
Basically Valeria 2. Valeria 3 was Quests of Valeria, and Valeria 4 is Margraves of Valeria. It's a good one. I think it was better than Quests. It's been years since I played it. I played it back in Malta. But yeah, it's just a fun combo card chain build game with amazing art, because the Miko's art is always good, and that's half the reason you're there, just because you want to build all these cards.
You've got me right there, because that's why I keep buying these, because I want the art.
Yeah.
This is just collection for me. I've got a Miko shelf and a half at this point.
Okay.
So, next up is Days of Wonder with Corinth. This game came out last week. It is a very light and milk toast rolling right.
Yeah, no interest on my end.
I own this, and
I thought it was fine.
Yeah,
It's-
it
It reminded me of.
But how many of these games are like completely forgettable after you play them?
That's the problem.
Corinth definitely is. That's my thing. It's super fast, and that's about the best thing I can say for it. I think there's a strategy that's way more effective than the others. It's very easy to execute. If other people don't know that you can just rack points in traveling, you'll just destroy them by traveling. But
Anyway, moving on.
Memoir 44 expansion.
Somehow they still making expansions for this game. I mean, I know there's tons of people that play Memoir 44, but you never hear anybody talk about it anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. It's one of those really popular
It has
games
a
I
big
never
fan-
see anyone play.
It has a big player base.
You're
That's
a big
my
player base.
You're big. Next up, Ticket to Ride London.
Yeah, baby. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's awesome.
Is
It's
it
the
like
10-minute
the-
version of Ticket to Ride. It's good.
Is it
Oh,
similar
wow.
to New York? Or
So
It's
at least
in-
then
it's
at least
in the
then it's
vein of
over
New York.
quickly, right?
It's in the vein of New York.
Just unfortunately going to join.
It's good though.
Well, that's about as long as I could stand to play it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are so
Hey, look
good.
at this! Look at this! We're agreeing.
yeah, I know it's weird. It makes me feel dirty. It makes me think
Oh.
there's something wrong with me.
Come to the dark side with me, there, Richard.
I've lost my spark for life.
Yeah, but 10 to 15 minutes ticket ride. That's fast. But London,
Yeah,
baby.
it's good.
Somehow not fast enough, though.
Is your name in this rule book too, Scott?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Deepwater Games with Claim.
That's been out for a while too.
It came
A
out
two-player-
here. This
a
is
Yeah, that
two-player
art-
only trick
one
taking
from
game.
Scott Holmes. Yes, it is.
Is it good?
I don't know. I wanted to try it.
It sounds like something you
anytime
could
they
be
claim
playing.
a trick-taking game works well with two, I'm always intrigued. But
Hey, Jim Felly is here.
Hi, Jim.
Yeah.
I mean, it's how's it going, man?
Next up, Realm of Sand, English edition, 2000.
Whenever I hear that name, I just think of Star Wars prequels.
Can you
So
click
this
on
is
the
another-
Can you click on the images and I can tell you if it's the one I've seen?
Which Realm of Sand?
it
Yeah.
is another Tetris style
Yes.
laying tiles down to cover up spaces
Yeah.
to trigger
This is good.
events and
No,
whatnot.
listen to Lance.
It's
good.
It's
This
good.
is another S4
good.
game.
It's not the
another
best.
S4 game.
Yeah.
I would not. I don't think I'd necessarily put it in the top 10 polyomino games, but it's
I love the fact that like none of these things are like, oh, I gotta get this at Gen Con.
yeah.
For me.
Yeah, I mean, we're not hitting a lot of those.
Black Angel, baby.
That's
Next
like the
up
one.
Is, I'm going through these
Yeah, I
really
know.
fast.
How many do you
but-
think they have?
Well, I don't know. Probably not enough.
Has anybody played the Welcome to thematic versions?
No,
I
I've
think
only played the regular game.
Did they change the rules? If anybody knows.
That's the only question I have for it.
So if you go to look at the entries here, there are photos.
My
And
question.
It looks like there are different goal cards
Right.
for some of them, and there's some special rules, and it's different maps. So they replace swimming or something with something else.
But I mean, it doesn't look like it changes the game. I mean,
It
it's just
doesn't
like.
change the game. It just
I mean, good for them.
Gives
They're
you some
cashing
flavor.
in. They're
And
cashing in, but I mean,
we're gonna go quick
whatever.
because there's like 8 of these things.
Yeah, just skip them all. If you want to do them, great. Otherwise, whatever.
Right. Then we're to Direwolf Digital with Eternal Chronicles of the Throne.
Have not heard of this.
I don't know anything about it. It's from the
Oh, it's
makers of
Clank.
Clank.
But I'm guessing
It's a deck building with strategy.
it got passed on.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Paul
By
Denon is the designer of Clank.
By
Yeah.
Renegade. Yeah, I'm just wondering why if did Renegade pass on this?
Oh, I see.
That's cynical thinking.
Well, Renegade's on the cover of the box.
is
Renegade's partnered with Direwolf.
Okay, it's an imprint.
yeah.
Okay, there you go.
But
Yeah, you can actually see the Renegade on the
Yeah.
box cover in the bottom right
In
corner.
case you're confused, it's really Renegade.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So is there if it's Direwolf Digital, is there a digital version?
But They do digital stuff for almost every game they put out.
Then they've got Game of Thrones Oathbreaker.
Yeah, I wanted to look at that.
I haven't heard anything on it.
Yep, me either.
Is it
Moving on.
social deduction?
Bluffing card game, yeah.
Hand management partnerships bluffing card game. Next up, DV with Three Secrets Crime Time, a cooperative murder.
Didn't you and I? You
Sounds
and I
like a
played this-
bad Queensryche album.
Yeah,
Crime
shut
Time.
up.
We played this last year, right, Keith? Or
And I
2 years ago?
apologize for the
Is this one
redundancy
that I
of
played
bad
some little game
Queensryche
at,
album.
Hmm.
Hold on, let me look at this.
It is. It's the same system. It's
There's
like
nothing in the
it's
pictures.
like Dark Stories.
Yeah. You and I played some little game that was fine.
It's fine. It's Dark Stories.
It was
with
fine.
with a picture.
It was fine. Yeah. We've got another.
You're really
game
selling me
called
on it.
Bang the Dice game.
Well, do you like Dark Stories?
What the hell is Dark Stories?
That's what I was gonna
It's
say.
I propose to you a scenario, and you have to ask me yes or no questions to try to figure out the whole.
Oh, yeah, I
boring.
know what you're talking about. Meh.
Yeah, I would have predicted that.
Um,
Well, I guess I liked it when I was, I don't know, a kid.
Would it change your mind if one of the themes had a guitar case made out of human flesh? That's the kind of story.
That's how they're
It's
gonna do
super
it. Just
dark
shock
and
value.
twisted shit. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I was like shocked, honestly, like how dark it went.
Wow. Okay. I just
Yeah.
undecided and not interested. Thank
It
you.
went.
Yeah,
It's like
I'll just go on the deep web for that stuff.
what was the one we were doing with the guy who played saxophone on the street corner, and he had a saxophone case lined with human flesh,
Oh, something.
and he was trying to seduce women to go kill him, and it's
So
it's
we
really
could make
crazy.
more stuff out of them. Yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
like
It was.
I'm not kidding.
It was some Silence of the Lambs.
I mean, it was twisted shit. Like, wow, you have to really twist your mind to go that direction.
and somehow you figured it out. Good for you.
I don't think we did figure that one out.
I don't know that we figured it out. I think we had to look it up.
14 plus.
Yeah, it was super hard.
Mean it.
I forgot about that.
It was entertaining for two people. I mean, we had a fun time.
Joel Hands, what you did?
Next up, there are 3 new Deckscape games.
Which one you got scared from reading it?
Richard, you said you liked the
you buy all
Deckscape.
of these, yeah.
These are the best escape room in your home you can get. They're
Are they,
Really?
so they're better than Unlocked.
tiny little deck of cards. They are by far our favorites. They completely eclipse all other systems.
Why?
Interesting.
In large part because they don't make my wife and I feel so stupid that we swear we will never play another one of these again.
So are you saying they're more like entry
They're more
level escape
acceptable.
room?
Yeah,
Like
for
I
sure.
am not ashamed to say I am a real stupid freaking idiot when it comes to esoteric, meaningless, themeless, abstract puzzles that you have to put together. Deckscape, 2 things. The puzzles on the whole are much easier. It's more family friendly, I guess it would be a nice way to say it. But the other thing too is, with the exception of the first one, they are than anybody else at actually making the puzzles thematically fit what is happening. It's very, very rare that you come across one of these, we got to figure out how to put this and this together and make some intuitive leaps of logic where it doesn't make sense in the circumstances. When you find a crashed
I agree with
helicopter,
that.
you have to figure out how to get I forget what it was, the black box out of it. The way you go about it makes sense applied to real world logic, which almost never happens. All of these games are just a bunch of weird, random, barely holding on to tenuous grasps to theme puzzles, whereas Deckscape, they work really hard at making everything thematically consistent.
All right, I'm gonna
For $12, you really can't lose.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do the magic theme one. I'm gonna pick it up, give it a try, and see if I can tell you you're crazy or correct.
Yeah, that's one I would probably try before I buy. I'm very hit or miss with the escape room
I'll
games.
buy one and try it, and then if I like them, I'll buy the others at retail.
Yeah.
Next up,
If you don't like it, it makes a good gift.
You could just give it away. Yeah, it's non-destructible. That's one nice thing about it.
So it's replayable.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
you just put the cards back in the original order and put it back in the box, and anybody can play it.
Cool.
next
like
up, Eggert Spiele with Era Medieval Age.
So I got this on must have. I saw a few people talking about it at Origins, and it got me excited for it. But then I saw the review for it went up. A couple reviews before it went up this week, and now I'm not so sure. I mean, it looks cool, it looks interesting, but something about the board just didn't click with me. Like it just
For something that has, I sound like such a freaking curmudgeon, but I mean,
You are.
get off my lawn.
yeah, but no, I mean for something, I mean, okay, 2 things. I thought I was like, oh, this sounds really cool. Roll, you get to build stuff and you build a little building, and I was like, oh. But then I saw it, and I was just kind of like,
That big yellow board just threw me off. It's
yeah,
like,
I was like, and then so it went down to like undecided, and then I read something that is made even more challenging as players interact with certain ways such as extortion, scorched earth, and disease, and then it went back up to interested. So I was like,
I'm undecided, and this is supposed to be a trilogy of games.
Roll
This
for the
is
Ages had all that
Hey,
stuff.
Lance or Keith,
Yeah.
hit play on that video to see if the boards are the same. Like, because they've definitely been through a few versions.
so you think maybe the review copy ones may not be the same as the
Potentially.
The boards that Tom Vassell showed, because
Oh no, this video doesn't even show the board,
Really?
Scott.
Oh, they don't have it.
so blah, he actually
Not very well.
how
Hold on.
he's going to try and get it What do you do? Not when
Washed.
You wash.
He's going to use a paint wash to bring the detail out because you can't see it. It's so yellow that you have to like put your face up against the board to see the markings on it. Which I don't know if it has a huge gameplay element, but it does tell you what each row is supposed to be. But I guess they're colored pegs that also tell you, so it's not as important. But
Yeah.
seems like it would have been a very simple step to add to that to make it pop a little bit. I don't know.
Horrible.
It looks horrible. Like the buildings looked cool, and then when you put them on that yellow board, it just looks it looks like a Target game at that point. It doesn't look like a $70. It's a $70 game.
It's a glorified roll and write.
Yeah, it is.
It's literally roll through the ages with 3D pieces,
Yeah.
and I don't mean that in a bad way.
And some placement rules, right?
But
It's got
this one
rules
is-
of the
I mean,
two
this,
dimensional.
this is sadly one of those things where it's like if I see it like at Miniature Market or cool stuff in like 6 months and I go, oh yeah, then I pick it up.
So
Yeah.
I've pre-ordered this.
Is the price?
I have already pre-ordered this, which is about to lead me into a grievance.
Why did you go? Did Eggertspiel have one on their website or something?
Yeah, they have it pre-ordered on their website, which is also Eggertspiel and Plan B are one and the same.
yes,
And Plan B leads me to here you go. We're getting on a damn grievance right now in the middle of the preview. But I pre-ordered the new Century game back in March, April, directly from Plan B. So I'm paying full MSRP plus shipping because I knew I wasn't going to Origins to pick the game up.
Right.
Friday, game is out in retail. I've still got no pre-order. I email Plan B and say, what the fuck? The response I get is, oh, we're going on our holiday vacation for 3 weeks starting next week. We'll start shipping pre-orders when we get back from Gen Con. Game is out in the store.
Cancel.
I'm getting my pre-order after everybody else fucking has
Well,
it.
if it makes you feel any better, Keith, I get pretty much the same treatment from the designer side of things.
Oh, but I paid full MSRP plus shipping.
Can I say something here?
Yeah.
Can I say something here? So my Shadows of Malice reprint will not be available for Gen Con through normal shipping channels. So I'm having 105 units airdropped to me before Gen Con. And I will send out all pre-orders first. And the only stock I will take to Gen Con is what remains after pre-orders are filled.
That's all.
I just think that's the policy that everyone should have.
Yeah, this game's in retail ahead of your pre-orders though. I can go. I was in Game Preserve in Indianapolis, right there on the shelf. Century. My game's a month out.
And you didn't fucking call me?
Huh?
Dude, I live 20 minutes away from there.
Well, I was in Greenwood, not on your side.
All right.
So, anyhow, sorry. All right, I'm off my tangent. Done bitching. But I pre-ordered this game because it looks like cool toy factory.
Yeah, chances are they're good games. It's just we're not happy with Plan B.
Yep. Customer service is lacking. They got an email a while ago, so they won't care. Next up, Everything Epic Games has Grindhouse.
Oh, I hadn't heard of this one.
I don't know anything about it. It is a horror dice card game.
Are they not selling their the Come Award? It's still waiting on that
It's not listed.
Kickstarter. Yeah. Okay.
Next up, Feuerlandspiele with Fuji, which I believe is available already.
Yep. Okay, so I just want to say Fuji is a cool little co-op dice game. I mean, you take it or leave it, but I will say, and we're going to move on because both of these have been released already, or they were available at Origins. Magnus Storm, I've played that now twice, which for me is crazy to play a game more than once. But so Magnus Storm, I played it once and I was like, this is really cool because it has all these like tough little decisions and there's like efficiency going on. You can block players and there was all these cool little decisions you can make throughout the entire game. Then I was like, God, why this game just feels like something I've played before. It feels like a designer that like I've played with before, and so I looked it up. He designed Power Struggle, which is a game that came out like 7 years ago or something like that, or 6 years ago, which was like
super hard rules.
Super hard rules, but once you understood what you were doing,
Yeah, I tried.
Power
Yeah.
Struggle is a fantastic, one of my like favorite games of all time, and it's just like I was always wondering why this guy hadn't made anything else or done anything else, and and there you go. I was like, wow, there's all these like little corruption and backstabbing things going on in Magnastorm, and I was like, God, this feels like something I played before, and then all of a sudden, that's why it feels like, because like Power Struggle is a game I still take out like once a year and play with my buddies. So there you go.
I'm sorry, I should have told you that. When I was raving about it earlier.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I love Power Struggle. I don't know if you played Power Struggle, but I really liked it.
I definitely loved Magnastorm. We thought it was great.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Cool.
And also, as you said, Fuji, great, fantastic little game.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with Fuji. It's like the Mind, but with dice.
Yeah, you got to go in with the right attitude. I could certainly see it being something that a lot of players will, this is all bullshit. This is it's because you're not playing it right, and I guess that means it's maybe it's a game where you can definitely play wrong.
It's a non-communication game, so you can't be wrong, right? You can't tell people what to do.
But if you then say, well, I can't make any decisions, it's like, well, you have to fucking pay attention to what everybody else is doing and intuit based on the choices they've made. Right. And I've certainly seen plenty of people who just don't seem to make that leap, and so it isn't going to be for everybody. You do have to communicate all the more because you're not allowed to communicate. You have to listen because you can't speak.
Next up, Fireside Games has a Castle Panic big box. So if you like Castle Panic, go get a big box. Moving on, Floodgate Games with 3 Laws of Robotics.
Cool.
I don't know anything about this. It's a deduction game for 4 to 8 players. You know everyone's information except your own. Okay, moving on. Bosk. This thing's gorgeous.
Around.
So Bosk is about adventures in the planet of Trendosha, where, of course, Bosk, the bounty hunter,
The hunter is tracking you through the forest.
No. Yeah, this is a game where so Bosk is it's a fun little game. It's kind of like you basically when you build up your trees and then like the wind blows and then like that actually drops and it like depending upon where it goes, it like your area control will move out. It's very pretty, and they've done a very, very good job, and the presentation is really, really beautiful. One problem I had with it was that because of this is one of those games where if they could have increased the price by $20 a game, which I doubt they would ever do, and used actual plastic trees that stood up better, I probably would have liked it more, because it just seems like every time anybody bumps the table or anything, the trees fall over, and I get annoyed.
I can't remember. Did photosynthesis have that problem? Can't remember.
Photosynthesis, the trees are built the same way.
Yeah.
I never knocked them over, but
I never played photosynthesis, so I couldn't tell you. But I played Boss because once again, Ben and Emily, who are expecting a child very soon, are the Floodgate Games people, and Minnesota people as well. Awesome, and they're married because I married them. So
you did.
I did marry them.
And it's Daryl Andrews' joint. Daryl Andrews is a good dude.
And Erica Boyer. How do you say that? Boyeris.
Mm-hmm.
I know them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sagrada expansion. If you like Sagrada, buy yourself an expansion.
This is a good
What does the
expansion.
expansion do?
Makes the game.
It adds more shit to the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, I like the game. I think it's great. I just wish the dice were nicer. You know what I mean? Bigger.
I think it's great. Except
They're gonna be
they're so tiny and foggy. They're not clear. I don't know. They're weird.
I like them because they're supposed to look like stained glass.
I thought they're really. Yeah,
they're evocative of the theme. You're wrong. Moving on.
I agree with Lance twice.
I like the dice. I just wish they were a higher quality die.
It adds private objectives and rare glass dice and.
No, there you got new dice. There you can pick it up. Maybe then your little baby will have his bottle then if you pick up the expansion.
I just hope it gets it close.
I love when I look over and I just see Scott rubbing his eyes.
I'm like, why do I bother coming in here?
Because it's fun.
Keeps you down to earth.
I know, it keeps me grounded.
Yeah.
You might think I'm too.
Yeah, when you crawl out of your money bin.
Yeah. Surrounded by all your sycophants.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
Hmm.
I forgot what that was like.
Scott
Oh,
Alden,
my.
Rodney Dangerfield of board gaming.
Yes. No.
Next up, Flyos games with Until Daylight.
Meh.
Nah, I don't know. Moving on. Pirates with an exclamation point. It's Sid Meier's Pirates. What? No.
So
no, that's not. Damn
I
it.
played this game. I played the Extraordinary Adventures. I played this game like when it was originally like a Jules Verne theme. This is me totally name dropping. When I was like staying at Glenn Drover's house in Chicago, I played this
Name
game
drop.
with the designer Don Byer, who this like random homeless man walked up to me
He's not homeless.
Well, no. So this random homeless man, I'm sitting there at eating
I was
lunch
with
or
you,
eating
yeah.
dinner with Scott, and this random homeless guy walks up to me and goes, "Hey, Lance, how you doing?" I'm like, "Who the heck is this guy?" Turns out it was Don Byer, and I was just like, "Dude, you look like a hobo." And he's like, "I'm staying in a tent. I couldn't find a hotel." I was just like, "You are a homeless hobo," but. Yeah, Don Byer, designer of bootleggers and other things. Really, really nice guy. And the game's a lot of fun. It's
The box does not match the rest of the game for me. The box looks cartoonish, and the game board does not.
They hired a bunch of ex-Disney animators, as I recall, for
Mhm.
their artwork stuff. I
Yeah,
wonder if that's
You'll
part of
see
it.
plenty of that cartoony artwork on the cards.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see it on the card.
And the board looks really nice in person.
The
It's-
board looks
The
gorgeous.
board
Like,
looks nice. Yeah.
to be honest, I look at this box and I just keep walking. I look at the board and I'm like, pirate theme with a pretty board. I want to play it.
So this
Yeah.
is a solid game, though. This is one of these
Got a
undecideds.
lot of
I had.
characters. That's pretty
It's,
cool.
it's a good game. It's really light. I mean, it's a gateway game.
Okay.
How is it?
It's
Is it a-
if you ever wish Ticket to Ride was about pirates,
Okay. Oh,
No.
thanks for turning me off of it. I'm
but
done.
it's kind of still in that same sort of area in terms of gameplay.
But it's pretty.
Yeah.
Actually.
If you love pirates,
I tell you, covers matter, and if your cover doesn't grab me, I'll just walk on, and it could be the best game in the world anymore. And it's
For
tough.
sure.
Next up, Fowler's game with Sabotage.
Which is excellent. Very good game.
telling y'all, it's sabotage.
Was wondering if that was going to happen.
yeah,
And it did. So there you
it
go.
did.
$75. That's
One
expensive.
of the
for
best
him.
concerts I was ever at in my entire life.
It said price isn't final, so it might go up.
Maybe they moved it up just so it would be
Well, that doesn't look exciting.
they
This is
lower it.
I don't know, there's a lot of video game aficionados here. Is there anybody remember back on the Xbox One, I think, Splinter, or maybe it was Xbox 360, Splinter Cell's Mercenaries versus Soldiers thing?
I remember Splinter Cell, but not that.
Never
Yeah,
played it.
Splinter Cell was garbage, so I don't know.
All right.
I'm just
What are you
kidding.
talking about?
But I think you're talking about Siphon Filter.
Oh yeah, that's the garbage.
Around
game.
the other
My bad. No, just
Cards trying to stop them. You're both playing very, very different styles of games, so it's kind of like two different rule sets depending on which side you're playing. And it's just really sharp. Lots of hidden movement stuff, and mind games and all of that. Yeah, it really, really great.
I really wish there were some
Captain
pictures
Phil,
of
if you
it.
don't want to have to play in real time and you want a smaller group and you like spy versus spy, that's what it is, and it's great.
Neat. Sounds great.
I mean, Spy versus Spy was a cool video.
I wanna
game
play
back in the day.
Yeah.
Next up, Bermuda Pirates. That was out at Origins, I believe. It's a kids game.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, the Potions Magic Scroll expansion for the potion. Moving on, Quick Link party game, English edition.
Can you
Don't know
read
anything
the
about it?
read that?
From Fox Mind. It's a fast, furious party game for the whole family, in which players use squeaky suction cup. No. Pick up
Squeaky
words.
suction cup, make it happen.
Squeeze your suction cup.
Squeaky suction cup sticks to snap up words that are logically related. Oh god, that just sounds
So
horrible.
It
it's
sounds
speed.
awful.
Oh god.
You guys,
Oh, it just sounds annoying. If a game makes noise to play it, that's not good.
Especially in a convention setting.
Oh no. I'm jaded. Tiny Epic Mechs. If you need another Tiny Epic
I just
game.
got my delivery for this one.
So
I haven't tried it yet.
it does have the cool little mechs that you can click stuff on.
Right, configurable.
Yeah.
Tom really gave it the scorched earth treatment, as I recall.
Did he?
Yeah.
I just I don't know. I've found that some of the Tiny Epic games, there's a lot of cool stuff in the little box, and some of them there's just some stuff in a little box. So
Mhm.
it's hit and miss for me. So I've decided to
Stuff.
wait.
You mean? Yeah. Okay.
Well, the space one was amazing, right?
Yeah. Space One's good.
What was the name of it? Tiny Epic Galaxies.
Galaxy.
That was an amazing game. But some of the others, like Tiny Epic Kingdoms, it was okay. Defenders, I didn't like. So
Defenders is the best.
games adults play, the Misery Index. That sounds like
What is
me at
that?
work.
Goes to 99 players, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm.
Games by Bicycle. I get an email from these people every week.
God, what are these companies?
I've
Well,
never heard
Bicycle
of
makes
them.
playing cards, so
No, I know, but like it is Bicycle, right?
yeah,
I mean,
it is. It is that Bicycle.
But when did they get into the games?
This year, apparently, it's new. They're new. They're not crediting their designers, so that's a strike.
Maybe
Party
there's
games on how
maybe it
people
was
would-
designed by Hitler, and that's why they can't list it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
See? See? He
Truffle
agreed.
Grand Prix. They actually credited that designer.
In the
Racing
moment
game.
you say designed by Hitler, then people are gonna be like, "Oh well, I was gonna get this, but now." I can't."
Tattoo Stories. Line drawing role playing party game. Where your art skills don't matter. A series of quick paced tattoo competitions. Win the most points by making up tattoos and telling the best
I'm
stories.
surprised you're spending this much time since you are supposed to be the cruel taskmaster.
I know.
Can I tell an anecdote
I was
about
curious.
tattoos? Just
No.
yes, I'm going to. This will take like 2 seconds. Not 2 seconds, but it'll
We're
take
on
like
G,
In
by
Lance
the way.
time, 20 minutes.
so
Alexa, start a timer.
shut up. Anyway, so my tattoo artist talked about like he was at a tattoo expo once, and he said there was like this guy next to him that was doing tattoos, big giant biker dude, you know, like classic, and he's doing tattoos, and he had all, and of course, like he was wearing a tank top, so he was showing off all of his work, and everything was like really intricate and well designed, except for like this giant tattoo on this big giant meaty ham hock of an arm this guy had, looked like it was like just looked disgusting. It was like just a weird line drawing, and like everything was kind of mishmashed together, and it was like little stick figures and things like that. And in like the whole time, my tattoo guy was like, he'd hear people go, "Jesus Christ!" People say, "Do you see that tattoo? It's awful," or whatever. They're like making fun of the tattoo, and then finally, like somebody said, you know, "Hey, that tattoo on your shoulder, you know, is there a story behind that?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm glad you asked." He said this was a picture that my 6-year-old niece drew 2 days before she died of cancer, and this is a picture of her like up in a cloud up in heaven looking down at the rest of her family and how much she loves everybody. And so everybody got this is the last picture she ever drew, and so we all have this tattooed on our thing. And it was just like, and he was like, the moment like everybody who had been bagging on the guy's tattoo was just like, "Oh, I'm a horrible human being." And the whole story is that when you see somebody's tattoo, it means something really, really important to them. You shouldn't bag on what they did. So anyway, but I always think of that story whenever I think of tattoos. So there you go.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
Alexa, stop timer.
For the
How long was it?
5 minutes timer canceled.
and it was really
Yeah.
If it was going to go over 5 minutes,
No, it wasn't.
All right.
no, I set a timer for you.
I thought that was a good story.
And now back to our
Game Right, Dragon Realm. It's a little Game Right game where you are raiding layers to get treasure. Sushi Roll. This is out in stores already. Sushi Roll is like Sushi Go dice game.
Yep.
Basically.
It is better.
I really like
It actually looks pretty good. But it is in stores now. Who's it?
Who's
You're it. No tag backs.
Yep. So it's a game where
Eric.
you're probably trying to figure out who's it.
Eric devised a variant to make this into a game.
What? Who's it?
Yeah.
It is in the game already.
It's got a weird flaw that doesn't make sense.
Oh, so even though they went through all this playtesting, but you fixed it. Okay.
Go
No,
watch
he said
Eric's
Eric
video,
fixed it.
and then you tell me if it's not a problem for us,
That's
like
fine.
gamers, right? Like,
Fine. I'm sure you know better.
I know, it really is.
Next up is Dicium.
He laughed. Okay.
Did he leave?
I feel bad. I hope he didn't. I hope he comes back. I feel bad now.
You probably.
You can't chase the Pooh Bah off.
Well,
I can't find my window. Oh, yeah, that's my window.
Damn shame.
Man, he's gone.
no, he'll be back. I hope
Man,
so. Anyway, maybe he just needed to use the restroom.
he just needed to get away from you for a second.
A BGB emergency.
Sorry,
Next,
I'm in a crappy mood.
does anybody know anything about Dicium?
Yes, it's 4 games in one box. Each one of them uses bespoke dice. Fundamental dice engine that runs all 4 games is good. And if they had chosen one of the 4 games to be the sole focus, it would be a really good example of the race or asymmetrical battle or whatever. But instead, they have 4 okay games that are all driven by the same engine. So it's nice if you're looking for a shit ton of variety in a box, but where the rules stay mostly the same from game to game, and yet you get a radically different experience. But when I played it, I couldn't help but think that, man, this dice system you've got is really good. You should have released 4 games that were like fully developed, as opposed to like kind of like mini games.
Okay. Next up, Periodic, a game of the elements from Genius Games. They do a lot of cool science-themed games.
Yes, they do. That is their thing.
And here you're using energy to activate periodic trends.
Yay!
This
Ollie's
looked-
back.
This looked good though.
My best friend.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have to check it out because I love just going and looking at their stuff because it is educational, right? And I
Yeah.
dig educational
Well, and
stuff.
they're good. They're good games.
Yeah.
John Covio, I know he works really, really hard at it. He hires consultants to try to come in and tighten them up and all that. And he's doing good work.
Cool. Goliath BV has Virus English edition. It's a card drafting card game. And I don't know anything else.
So many
Hey,
card games these days.
Originally came out in 2015.
It's an old Virus game. Moving on then. Boomerang from Grail Games.
This is very good.
I pre-ordered this.
Didn't this come out last year?
Yeah, it's an older edition
Okay.
or an older game.
Is it good? Good.
I haven't played it. I just been hearing too much good about it.
Instead of rolling, your card drafting. So it's like a roll and write cross with 7 Wonders kind of a thing.
Okay.
Mm.
So kind of like
Stevenson's Rocket.
gold and silver.
It's an older game.
Do not know of your gold and silver.
1999.
1999. Wow, it's a Kimitsu game.
This is a good one.
So,
Uh,
but it's a reprint of an old game.
Yeah, but okay. Well, did you guys
Well-
ever have that?
No, I didn't have it, but
It's very. I'm not saying it's you guys, but like it's very frustrating to see old games get ignored that just get
Yeah.
reprinted. You know what I mean? That's my
Well-
picture. Oh no, that's not my
Did
picture.
you-
well, okay. I'll say
That's
this.
like my old picture.
This is the best praise
Yeah.
that I can possibly give this.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it, and it was designed by Kinesia. So that's the absolute best
That's
praise.
actually pretty good praise if it
And I-
came from me.
Well, it's just okay. So like it's the whole weird thing where like it's a train game, which I really like. And it's weird because when 2 companies like connect, then they merge. So it's like it's weird. It's like it has like the whole like stock market thing like that. But I mean, the mechanisms of the game actually cause like the actual like what you really normally find. How am I trying to say this? What you normally find in train games, it presents the same sort of stuff, but in a weird, different way, I guess. And it's kind of neat that is. And I think that like if people actually like played it now, they'd be like, oh, this is kind of neat, because it's a different take on stuff that they didn't know existed. But I mean, it is a 10-year-old game, obviously. So I mean, I don't know.
20.
When they
20.
brought back Grass and gave it a gorgeous makeover, they also cleaned it up rules-wise. And they made tweaks and whatnot with the original designers. So I would assume they're doing the same thing here, since it is listed as a...
Yeah, it's got a redo of the graphics
And
design,
there's-
but it was a pretty generic board.
Yeah, and there's a lot of player interactivity because like when you do your stuff, like players can try to veto what you do, but then it costs them their shares and things like that. So it was, I played it twice ever, and I played it at BGG Con like 2 or 3 years ago. With who did I play that with? Was it with Ed? I think it was with Ed. Yeah, I think it was. Anyway,
I mean, because Grail Games also made Tigers and Euphrates reprint. Although that was really a redo. It's a different game.
Yeah, that's. I mean, but that's.
But I think it went with like a silent fart. No one. I mean, a couple people cared, but no, not really.
Well, this is their follow-up to Brass, which certainly did turn a lot of heads. So maybe it's Steph. All I can say about it is I just looked.
Oh, that was Roxley.
Was it?
This is Grail. Yeah.
Oh, Dragon.
Yeah, but it's the same idea, right? It's an old game taken modern.
On December 28th, 2014, as I got rid of my copy, I wrote, needs more than 2 players to reach full potential. That's all I have to say about it.
All right.
So I tried it once upon a time.
All right. We're rolling on to Grand Gamers Guild with Artemis Project. We talked about this during the Origins preview, but has anybody played it to give an impression on it now?
Nope.
I wish it was for pre-order because I kind of want it. The artwork is phenomenal.
So we're at the same place we were before.
Pretty
Good
much.
artwork.
no, Artemis is a really good game.
Have you played it?
Yeah, I picked it up at Geekway. I picked it up at Geekway. He had like 5 copies, and I bought one. And very enjoyable. Artwork's great. I'm gonna see if he'll give me one of these little expansion things for it.
How much takedown is in there?
Not as much as I want.
Cool.
Next up, Shikoku, which is action, movement, programming, card drafting, and racing. 3 to 8 players.
It's been sitting on my table here because it looks so pretty. I want to play it.
You would get
I have not played it yet.
I never mind. I'm not going to talk. I'm going to do a quick review. I'm going to do a quick review. You know that game Villagers that like it had.
Yeah, just got it.
Yeah, I don't know, have you played it yet?
No.
I tried it.
It's a game that like I think they were trying to go with Glory to Rome with it, but it's God, man, there's a part of it that just really sucks because it's like you want to build up your villages because like stuff chains to stuff. So it's like, oh, if you want to be able to build this spelunker guy, you need to have this miner guy, and so on and so forth. And so as you get further along your chain, like it's tougher and tougher. Like, oh, am I ever going to get that card that will allow me to build up this chain? And your villagers make money for you, and that's what the whole game is about, making money. And so you're trying to basically create a chain of stuff that at the end of the game you'll have like a huge income, and then you'll get a bunch of points at the final turn. But the problem is that you don't go through all of the cards, and so like.
And then somebody else just builds the same cheap ass card over and over and over.
Well, no,
and still gets the same income.
But you can build some of the same. But it's like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, so you might get dealt at the very first hand of the game. You might get dealt a card that's like the end of a chain, and that has an income of like 20, which is huge because most of the incomes are like 4 or 10 or something like that, or 5 or something like that. And so you're like, oh, I want to be able to make this, but then you never get the chain completed.
Well, you need to get
like a tech tree.
You need to get the wild card that fills the chain.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's one of those things where it's like I got to play it another time. I mean, but I was like, this is really annoying. And then like it even says in the rules, oh, it's like it's too bad if that doesn't happen, but just hey, change things up. But you don't know it's not going to happen until I don't know. It just
Till the end of the game.
Until it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like at some point, you're like, well, I better give up on the strategy because it's making me.
My problem with it is people could just luck into a really good draw of cards that just give them a huge advantage out of the gate, and they just can take off and stomp the rest of the table. Oh yeah,
yeah.
But it's a cool game. I just don't know if it's
the wooden coins are great.
Yeah, the wooden coins are pretty cool.
The wooden coins they made for it are really really
I've
nice.
got it up on the shelf right behind me. Moving on. We've already talked about these, so we're not going to dwell on. But the graphic novel adventures will be at Gen Con as well. If you like them, go buy them.
Those are really really good. And the Robinson Crusoe one is great. I played that with my daughter, and like it's for 1 to
Yeah.
4 players. So you play it. We each
Yeah.
took, and then we played it again with like, so we played it once with 2. Like we each picked one, and then we played it again, and we picked like the other 2, and it was different both times.
I have a question for you guys.
Yes,
So
sir.
you played it too, Richard, right?
Yes.
So there's a point where you like level up, and there's a discrepancy in the book where it says you multiply by 18, and then it says you multiply by 1.8. Like, do you know what the realities were for that?
I do not remember that.
Hmm.
But my prototypes
It's not that important.
so insanely tinily that I could barely read them.
Yeah, but it's. I took a picture of it actually to see if I was gonna post it on PGG and say what and find out what the realities were. Because it makes a big difference when you multiply something by 18 versus 1.8.
I
has
would
a
guess
decimal
it would
point
have
there.
to be 18. There's no way they'd have a 1.8.
I think they do have a lot of decimal multiplication at the end though to get your gold.
I don't think. I mean, that's just dumb. They're not going to do that.
Okay.
I mean, that's my. I mean, I don't know for sure, but
we couldn't really deduce whether it was dumb or not. Anyway, it was cool. It's way harder than I thought. We died. Did not finish.
Jim's
anything.
just like, I don't know, just chilling
Just
on his
chilling,
porch.
chilling and willing,
He's like a villain.
chilling and willing.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a new game or expansion?
Next up is a new game from Gray Fox, Reavers of Midgard.
And that is really fun. It'll be one of those things where, I mean, it's set in the Midgard world, but it presents the same kind of world in a different way. And like it has 2 things I like: card drafting and dice rolling. So sign me
The
up.
dice are cool.
Gray Fox implode?
No.
Maxwell leave the industry or something? Or am I thinking of something else?
No, you're thinking, okay, so Jason Maxwell had 8th Summit Games.
Yeah, and he closed that down, and
Oh,
Gray Fox bought some of his games.
I see. Ah, okay, cool. So Jason's dreams lived on. Ape didn't work out. I just remember being really sad because I never got the expansion for Agents of Smersh. You know,
Gotcha.
Oh,
It is no longer in print. I don't know if anyone's picked up Smersh yet. The only ones I know of are Run, Fight, or Die.
I gave away my copy of Smersh.
Yeah,
about a year
Smurf is
ago.
awesome.
Smersh is awesome.
I gave it away.
If you ever, I mean, that's the whole like Jason Maxwell basically like, he's done. I mean,
He's
like,
done in the
He's
industry.
just burned out.
Yeah.
Well, he had some issues with some of his Kickstarter fulfillment had some issues, and like just the I mean, and I'm not taking sides here, but he basically had a nervous breakdown. I mean, from the amount of pressure and stress and anxiety that he was on.
Yeah.
He went into a cabin where he did not have like Wi-Fi or a phone or anything, and had to like just stay there and just to like decompress, reset, and then he was like, and then I'm done.
I envy that sometimes, honestly, especially lately with all the news. I just want to get away from it all.
Just don't turn it on.
But it's impossible.
No, it's not impossible.
If I go to a cabin, it would not be possible.
So speaking of Jason Maxwell, the next game is co-designed by Jason Maxwell, which is a redo of Run, Fight, or Die with an expansion as well available.
Yep. And I really like the old Run, Fight, or Die. I want to see what this one's like. So interesting story. Like in one of those things, like how did this possibly happen, kind of thing. So when and I'm not saying this to badmouth Gray Fox in any way, but like basically they got all the way done. They're like, okay, start our production run, and then the production run gets done, and they look at the board and they realize that like basically there's this spot on the board that's supposed to say 1, 2, 3, but it says 3, 2, 1 instead.
Yeah.
And they had printed off the entire print run of the game, and they basically just said, we're going to give everybody a sticker, and they can just put that sticker over the part of the board. And people lost their minds over that. Like,
Wow.
and I'm not taking any side on that, but I mean, if you want some popcorn eating material, go and read.
Yeah, but is that as bad as when you put a compass on your game board and east and west are reversed?
Well, but I mean, this is actually a mechanism, because like the 1, 2, 3 is actually like, you know, it's
Well, so was the
zones.
east and west when it told you to go that direction on the streets in the game too,
yeah. I
because
mean,
the cards were actually printed for the backwards directions.
Which one was that?
Police precinct.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it was, you could still play it though. It was
You can play it, but it's east and west, and it was wrong.
yeah.
oh my God!
And the
Barry
solution
turned into a
was
cutting board.
print out a new windrow.
Barry turned into a cutting board.
Yeah, look, there's a cutting board. Oh, he's back.
What?
No, I saw a picture of Barry's screen. It's a cutting board or something.
All right, I'm moving on to Haba with Honga.
I think most of these Haba games are already out because I know I've bought a couple of them already.
Honga is out. I don't know if Mountains is out or not.
Unicorn Glitter Luck is. I bought it for my daughter.
Memory. Richard's all about Mountains since it's a memory game.
Oh, sweet.
A Unicorn Glitter Fuck, because that's what it looks like when I glance at it.
Terrible.
Now, Aldi said this game is pretty cool. Viking Bowling.
Yeah, it won the Spiel des Jahres, Kinder Spiel.
And I don't think that one's out in the U.S. already. I think
Yeah,
that'll
you should
be
grab
showing
that.
at Gen
Pretty
Con.
fun.
It does look like stupid fun.
It is stupid fun.
Which one?
Taldir.
The Valley of the Vikings.
It's Viking Bowling.
Yeah, maybe I'll stop by.
It's worth
I
playing.
guarantee you, if we have it in the hot games room, we are going to play it, and it's
Yeah.
going to be funny.
It'll be fun.
It's pretty funny.
Hit him with a shoe brings you B lives. I thought this was already out
Hit him
there.
with a shoe.
That's their company name. Hit him with a shoe
Oh, Shoemaker.
for Matt Shoemaker. Yeah. I think I've seen this out there already. Maybe I'm wrong. Hobby Japan with the Queen of Hansa. I don't know anything about this.
I don't know that one either.
Master of Respect.
Never
There's a
heard of this.
Kickstarter version available for $40. I know nothing about it either.
3 players. Too bad.
Yeah, Richard's out. I'm pretty sure we just talked about this game back at Cryptozoic.
Yeah, it's under both.
We talked about Museum.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
It's
noticed
a
there's a-
museum, and here's their 17 expansions. I
Yep.
just
I love it.
Yeah, there's a couple of these where they're being sold at multiple booths. Because when I was going through my list, I'm like, I thought I already checked this one. And
This game has gotten good reviews.
It's probably the best set collection game I've ever played. I can't think of anything.
And the expansions just let you alternate what stuff you're trying to collect, right?
I'm sorry, I lost track. Where?
Some of them you can swap out.
Museum from Holy Grail Games.
we're going all the way down to the bottom of museum.
Some of them add more like locations. You swap them out, I think.
It is
And then the other ones are like new rules and stuff.
go all in.
Does anybody know anything about this game?
So Horrible Games, The King's Dilemma, 3 to 4.
so I am. This is one.
80 bells.
I know.
This is one of the very few games that like I have like, and it says it's like I might pre-order it. It's kind of a must-have.
I'm pre-ordering it.
There's 2 things that I'm worried about it. One, there's like almost no information about it. I mean, it's just like it's all so like
There's not even a picture of anything on here.
So
okay. The other thing is it says it has legacy elements, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well, I don't want to play this like am I only going to get like 5 plays out of it, or
They've got to be just making that super common mistake of thinking legacy equals campaign.
Yep, a lot of games are doing that.
I'm shocked how many people don't understand that
I mean,
campaign is not legacy.
yeah. Read that second paragraph out loud, Keith.
Oh, hold on, because I'm reading this comment. Somebody put that they called him King Face Palmas, and I like that.
Almost.
so here's the one comment.
Of asset destruction or something like that.
But here's this one comment where it says one person like in Italy said, "Now I had a pleasure to read the rules, and the game has changed a lot in the last year. This time, some new elements were added. Just reading the rules made me curious to play the whole campaign. Of course, playing with the same group is advised. To sum up, it has story elements like Seventh Continent and time stories, but is competitive. and this is better for me as I'm not into co-op games. But I mean, it's just like, so I have to keep playing this over and over again with the same people. I want it to be
Like Charterstone. It's
Yeah.
better if you play with the same group over and over again.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
Charterstone's actually legacy though.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
So
I want to know more about this.
this reminds me of Queensdale. Like there's things in Queensdale that like read the second paragraph out loud.
You will,
You will
draw,
draw
one
one
card
card.
from the dilemma deck each round and experience the game story as it unfolds. Each card poses a problem that the council has to resolve on the king's behalf. As members of the king's inner circle, your decisions determine how the story proceeds and the fate of the kingdom. Each event happens only once. You discuss and bargain with the other players, and finally, you make a choice, determining the outcome, progressing the game story, and possibly unlocking more events.
It almost sounds like a RPG elements.
Sounds
type
like a
thing.
choose your own damn adventure.
It does sound like a choose your own adventure. It's like a part board game,
Yeah.
part choose your own adventure.
I'm just gonna have to get it.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
interested now. I wasn't
Yeah.
interested in this, but
Pedigree
It's-
Designers is
Yeah.
nothing to sneeze at. Dragon Castle, Potion Explosion,
Yeah.
Railroad Inc.
mhm.
You know, Kick-Ass, the board game, Photosynthesis. These are
all good games.
Yeah.
Mhm. From horrible games.
I wonder if it's just something they've been working on for like years.
Yeah,
I don't know. This one definitely. I didn't know anything about it, but after
75
reading it-
envelopes.
yeah, and see, that's just it. It's like, okay, so I played it once. Now, I mean, I don't know. I can't make up
Oh
my
yeah,
mind.
the board has sticker spaces.
Oh well,
the
okay.
board has sticker spaces.
Appropriate.
Ah,
It's all sticker spaces. It looks like.
But think about this, Lance. How many games are in your collection that you haven't played more than 5 or 6 times anyway?
you know what?
That you
Back
probably
off.
paid that much money for.
Yeah,
So,
you're filling in things permanently.
Wow, look at all
on
those
this
check
game.
boxes.
I mean, replayability
Yeah,
to me
I'm-
doesn't matter anymore. If I play a game 5 or 6 times, that's probably its life expectancy with the way games come out nowadays.
Well, I mean, that is a good return on investment.
It is a good return because that's
Movies.
an average of an hour to hour and a half a game for the amount of money I paid. It's still cheaper than going to the
It's
movies.
got a custom insert that you have to organize.
Pretty much, you practically made a profit
Yep.
in terms of your investment of time versus money. For
All right, well, moving on. I can't decide. I don't know. Who knows?
I'm
You
leaving it interested.
talk to them.
Well, go read the rule book and see if the game sounds worth a crap
It's got
before
a
you
lot of
decide.
stuff on it. Way bigger, more than
My
I thought.
God, how long is this rule book? Wow, I'm still
Wow, this
scrolling.
looks-
My fingers
this
are
looks
about to break.
Amazing.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving right.
And
along.
I'm at
Give us-
40 pages
give
and
us the
still
pages.
going.
Give us the pages of the rule book.
Does
48 pages rule book.
advocating his harsh taskmaster role
Well, you guys kept going,
Well,
so I started
yeah,
reading the rule book.
This is one of the more interesting ones.
is done with us?
All right, hug game, flip over frog,
Yeah.
Haven't heard of that one.
Mega City, Oceana,
What's
Anybody
that?
know anything about this?
Dexterity. I see. Michael
Oh,
Fox,
Jordan
2.
and Jordan Draper. Awesome.
Do we? I don't know.
I mean, it looks colorful.
What's it
Isn't
look
it? No, this is one. It's a dexterity stacking up a bunch. It's a Sim City style Euro-y resource management thing. But then you're, instead of just putting the tiles on the board, you're actually, doing what are the games where you have to put things, and if you're not careful, they'll fall over. House of Cards type stuff.
Oh,
but
and
with
you have to measure it? Interesting.
the different buildings you're building.
Those pieces look amazing. Wow.
Mm.
Huh? That looks interesting. I don't know if it's for me, but it looks interesting.
It looks interesting. And it's Michael Fox, the Little Middle Dog Show. Great podcast. And all around great guy.
Good actor.
Okay.
Wonderful human being. Yes.
Nagaraja.
Not gonna work here much longer.
I think that's already out.
Yeah, I thought that
no.
was out already.
Yeah. This
Moving
one
on.
looks interesting to me.
IDW games with Tonari.
I said not interested because it's pretty cutthroat. Aldi. Just
Oh,
Excuse
it's
me? What?
not,
What is-
not,
Yeah,
not,
isn't it just a 2-player?
Nagaraja, as I
It
recall.
is 2
when I-
players.
You're cutting people off their paths and stuff. It's basically back and forth.
So just FYI.
It's sort of like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I just don't play 2-player games. That's the problem.
I don't either.
Mhm.
But that's all Richard plays.
I'm glad.
There's
That's
two sides.
I'm-
There's no pictures. of
oh yeah, this
anything
is
on
Alex
Tonari.
Randolph and Bruno Fedudi.
Moving
Yeah,
on.
he did a designer diary of this.
Towers of Arcanos.
This is the game
Ish.
you're building towers by stacking up the dice, right? Yes. Yeah, this is a neat little game.
And
Now I've got to go look and see if it looks cool.
You're making me want to
Oh,
put the picture gallery into the.
why don't you?
Yeah,
me too.
should.
Next year. Oh, that looks crazy, stupid, crazy.
That does look pretty
I want to
wild.
play this.
Look at this.
I need
Nice
to play this
dice.
game. This game just changed.
Interested.
Yeah,
I
it's
gotta
moving
check
into
that guy
interested
out.
for me too.
I love when you get to build shit.
Yeah.
All right, Yellow, an expansion for Bunny Kingdom. I hear Bunny Kingdom's
I
good.
still need to play
Bunny Kingdom is very, very good.
So there's an expansion for it. We got High Risk, Brett J. Gilbert. It's a press your luck game. I watched. Yeah, this game's okay. I watched Rob Oren play this on his channel. It is, it's a little push your luck, try to climb a mountain game. Super light and simple. It's fine. It's a game. Ishtar. That was a bad movie, but is this a good game? I don't know.
A bad movie for some,
I really
treasure for others.
No,
A treasure.
be dangerous business.
Oh my! I don't know anything about this Ishtar game from Yellow.
Pretty.
Honesty and
Well, if it's Yellow, it's going to be pretty. We know that.
Yeah.
That's by default.
I like it.
if you admit you can play the accordion, they'll never hire you in a rock and
Does
roll.
he even know that he's
He's singing
live?
Ishtar songs.
Oh, darn it! You muted me, didn't you? Oh well.
No, you weren't muted. We could hear you.
Oh, okay.
There's an expansion for Kanagawa. There's an expansion for King of Tokyo in New York. We have Legendary Forests.
What is that one?
It is a tile placement
We've done a
mythology
video on it.
puzzle game. It has.
I really like Kanagawa. I wonder what that expansion's doing.
It reminds me of Lanterns when I look at that.
Maybe.
I don't know. Okay,
Kind
moving
of like
on.
the Philly area. Yeah.
Little Town, which I guess is kind of a kids worker placement.
That is
almost.
out already too. That was at my FLGS yesterday.
It's out, and Little Town is really good.
Oh,
If you have a if you have a like middle school age child and you want to like kind of expose them to,
What makes it so juvenile?
it's not. But see, that's
It
well
looked
because
like it had a lot going on.
yeah, I'd had this marked down for me. Now you're talking me out of it.
well, no. Here's the deal. So it's like it reveals. How do I explain this? Okay, so like take like the concept of like making sure that like you have like what you're building isn't just by yourself, like non-garden, because it's like kind of a shared I don't know what's what I'm looking for here. Like it's because it's a shared town, shared spot. So like you're gonna actually like be like implementing what other people do. But like the fact that it's like really quick to teach to like somebody like to kids, like it was fun watching my daughter have AP while playing it, because like she was like, oh, I'm gonna do, oh no, I can't do that, because that'll give you too much access to do this, that, and the other thing. I don't think it's like a kids game, but it's in their kids. I mean, I would say, okay, how about this? It's a game that if you
It's not in their
wanted to play,
children's line, is it?
yeah, I
It's
believe
straight
it's
up yellow. It's
Oh,
not
it
their
is straight
other-
up yellow. For some reason, I thought it was Loki. Okay, never mind then. It's a game that if you want to play a game that you're like with your kid and you want to like get them to the point where they're going to play the other stuff with you, then but you can still play with your gaming group. Little Town will work for you.
I'm totally
Is it-
getting this.
It's really
It's
good.
weird. So you got Tiny Towns and Little Town.
Yeah. So,
I wonder, wonder if this
but
was
it's like
always
you definitely
Little
like you get to like the buildings that are available each game are different each time you play, so it has that going on. Like it's like it has like, and then like so as it like you get as you build it, it has a fun aspect of like whole like building up the whole thing together, and then actions chain together, things like that.
Keith,
It's just
Keith just added it to his cart.
No, I mean it's.
I'm not going to
it's-
check out on here because I think I have to.
Yeah, you have to type in your credit card.
Yeah.
Are you going to ever add PayPal functionality to the?
It's on the
pre-order
list, yeah, and it's on the list.
Okay.
But setting up a Stripe account is like 2 minutes. I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
I've got
join-
money in my
yeah,
PayPal account. That's
use
the-
use PayPal. You join the rest. Join the last 5 years.
Stripe is a very good system.
Yeah,
It
but
beats
nobody
PayPal
likes it.
by a million.
I don't like putting my personal information into things.
Like your credit card?
Yeah,
like
Okay.
PayPal.
PayPal doesn't have my credit card information.
Oh, I
PayPal
bet
Yeah, you
don't
has
can
have
my
link it to your
PayPal
bank
account.
account.
It has your bank account, which is worse.
Well, yeah, but you don't have a separate bank account. I set up a separate bank account for my PayPal account.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
cost anything to set up a bank account.
Other than having money.
You're
to
getting
put
all
in it.
smart on me now.
Well, I mean, you just take 5 seconds to set that up, and then you get your PayPal account set up, and then boom, now you don't have access to
5
everything.
seconds.
4,
Sorry.
3, 2. Okay, moving
Have
on.
you Aeon's
Leaderboard
End?
cards.
Aeon's End.
Aeon's
Awesome.
End, the new
How
How many
Aeon's End.
millions of these are they going to come out with?
Aeon's
All
End
of them.
is so good. Like I finally played the Legacy game. It's awesome.
And this is the best it's been, and that's almost including the legacy stuff.
All right. Among Thieves.
Don't know anything about that. I like the
3D
art.
player.
That was the Geek Way to the West release that like they do that they do
Play to
they
win.
do they no so every year Geek Way to the West they do a like it basically hey, these are the games that are like, and they show up and they have like they present these different games to these designers, and like the one that wins the whole like thing actually gets like a contract to like get the game published. And so Among Thieves was last year's winner, and then they released it early at Geekway, and like basically if you paid to go to Geekway, you got handed a copy of Among Thieves.
All right. Next up is Conflicting Legends, 2nd edition.
Yeah, I've been
Rock,
wanting to try
paper,
one.
scissors game.
Rock, paper, scissors game.
Yep, pass. Doctor, English.
Give me the news, I got a mad
Doesn't
case
say
of
anything.
loving.
Finger Guns at High Noon, which is out in stores.
I heard this is awesome. Yeah, this is supposed to be really, really good.
Is it kind of a cash and guns type thing
I don't remember.
with finger guns? I don't know.
Yeah, I think you have different powers, like depending on your character. And
Potemkin Empire.
This has been out, isn't it? I
Mhm.
thought for some reason I think I've seen this at like
it
stores.
says 2019.
Could be, but like I said, Finger Guns at High Noon I saw in the store this week. So
Sherlock Holmes game.
the Sherlock Files.
I have to get
elementary entries.
No, you don't.
I have to get every Sherlock Holmes game that exists.
Oh, really?
Mm.
You're,
Yeah, I like this. I just like. I'm waiting for the perfect Sherlock Holmes game.
Do you have the RPG?
No, is there an RP? I didn't even know there was one.
221 Baker Street.
B Baker
there
Street. Yeah.
Is the
I don't really RPG.
well, yeah, but you like to read RPG books.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I like what's it called?
Consulting
I'm
Detective.
Consulting Detective.
Consulting
But they're too
Detective is-
hard. They're just so hard.
Well, for you.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Well, I didn't want to have to say it, so
so you're just
Sorry,
a
I helped you.
Sherlock Holmes aficionado.
Yeah, I just like Sherlock Holmes themes.
All right. What is the
All
best
right.
Sherlock Holmes game there is?
Consulting
Sherlock Holmes,
Detective.
man.
Have you done any Consulting Detectives, Richard?
Yeah, we've done. Gosh, I think 3 of them.
All 3 boxes.
And made
Or-
one that we did for a live playthrough, so I didn't spoil the game.
Oh, you did 3 scenarios.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's
Oh, yeah,
30.
yeah, not-
I think there's like
I've
3
never-
box
Here's
sets.
the box.
Yeah.
They take too long.
Yeah, they're too long, too hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the best.
Ooh, sexy time on the Alaboom.
Oh, so
All right.
looking at my scroll bar, it looks like I'm a little over halfway through the list.
Crack that whip.
let's like get through. Let's
I
get
think we would-
through, let's get through K. Get through K, and then we can
Get through
start with
K.
L.
All right, so next up is Itten Games with Moonbase.
Cool.
It's a 2-player game. Don't know anything about it.
Oh,
It's an abstract game. Pass. Done. Out.
yes.
And
Can I
then
just
let's
skip Japanime because I know
Japanime, if you like them, great.
Heart of Crown.
Yeah.
Should have been a good game.
Yeah.
All right, there's a bunch of stuff that makes you feel dirty for just scrolling
uh,
through it.
Buttonman.
What's that, Scott?
So Heart of Crown is really good.
I have certainly heard that.
The keep going. I can't remember the name of the. I don't know anything about Kageyami.
Love Battle High School.
Sailor Moon is Buttonman, which is pretty good.
Okay.
Buttonman is nice.
Yeah, I feel
and
dirty just scrolling through this. Like, I need to go purge my viewing history. Junk Spirit Games has Battle of the Bards.
Okay.
I don't know anything about this either.
Deck building, dice rolling.
There's
card.
not much in the description. So moving on.
Its big thing is it very quickly. It's a little engine building game with lots of rolling of dice, and it gets you to the point very quickly where you're rolling, like, I don't know, upwards of a dozen dice and using them for all activating just tons and tons of powers to put on the ultimate fantasy rock concert type thing.
It's interesting. Like your sentences there gave more description than what's in the actual description of the game.
Tell me about what is wrong with publishers. It's
Uh,
not fucking hard to identify what makes your game unique.
What makes your game cool?
At
Yeah,
the top.
I don't get it either, Richard.
Jesus.
It's mind bending.
Sorry.
All right.
wait,
Keymaster
well-
Games. This game's 2 years old. We're skipping it. Control. English second edition. No, that's 3 years old too. Skipping it. Park.
Jesus, yeah.
English second edition.
I pre-ordered this.
Steph Hodge.
It's a
great.
time track and looks really nice. It's made from travel posters.
What did he say about Steph Hodge?
She like
No,
She
she
likes this.
she was super gaga for it, as I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
All
see,
right.
they took
I'm
it
not
off
going to see what it looks like.
and put it in interested for me.
Oh,
It looks nice, I guess. But I
it
mean,
looks nice.
all the art is from.
I like the little bear.
Yeah, the bear is awesome.
You're on a roll. Fire. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure the people that will purchase it will really, really like it, and they'll have fun with it.
It does have a lot of likes, so it does have a lot of hotness with 130 thumbs.
Yeah.
Kids Table BG. These were out for Origins. I've already got Rec Raiders.
Yeah, Rec Raiders.
Rec Raiders is cool.
Yeah, I like Rec Raiders.
Bugs on Rugs, I don't know. Colossal Games releasing a 2-player game, Terrors of London.
This is one of the few games they did that's direct to retail, right? And there was no Kickstarter for this one.
There was.
There
I
was.
think it was a Kickstarter.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think this is the one that had the.
I don't remember this one.
It's a dueling deck building game, if I recall correctly.
You're correct.
Hooray.
But it's all gothic horror Victorian stuff, which I mean, I don't know if I'll like it, but I'm gonna try it.
What if Sherlock Holmes is in it?
It might be undead Sherlock Holmes.
There you go.
I mean, the art is well
Yeah, the art's
done. It's just not for me.
I
Yeah,
wish I
it's-
would have spent some time on the rulebook. The rulebook's like so boring.
Well, this dude's got a broom-handled Mauser, so he's like Han Solo, so that's cool.
Yeah, the artwork looks good, but it's again, I'm not a big horror buff, so this.
I mean, the artwork is very busy. I'll say
Mm.
that.
High frequency.
Cosmos has got a pile with
The Brainwaves
Brainwaves game.
It's a Reiner game. Be careful,
It's memory game, so
but read it.
it's a series
we
of
have
games
to?
by
You
game
look at-
designers and neuroscientists.
You look at a
Players
picture for a
challenge
while,
their
and then-
episodic memory.
Yeah, then you have to remember all of them.
Yeah, I don't think this is for me.
Nope, me neither.
But there's a bunch of them. Then we've got the big double exit, right?
I played that last week.
The big exit.
Took us 5 hours.
Oh,
It's long. 2.5 hours for each part.
Which is this? The Catacombs of Horror.
Sorry, not 3 hours. 1.5 hours for each part.
Well, no, but I've got it. I haven't played it yet. Isn't that the point? That this is the one where you're supposed to play for a while and then put it away, and then
Yeah, well, or not, or just play it all. I mean, we just played it all.
I mean, it does have like stopping points in it,
Yeah,
right?
it has a stopping point halfway through.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 2 and 1. It's
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I thought something would connect the two parts together that you would like a meta, but it
Mhm.
doesn't have that.
Oh, I mean, they're literally 2 completely different adventures in one box.
Pretty much.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next up, Phil Walker Harding with Imhotep the Duel with a pre-order price of $17.07.
That is so weird.
At least it's under SRP.
Yeah, with 1707.
They put the text in there.
Yeah, it still makes me laugh.
That's your special BGG.
But I don't think 1707 is even the tax I got because
What's the tax rate in Indy?
7%.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it could work backwards.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like,
I need to get you up for adventure.
so I guess Imhotep's good. I don't know if the duel's any good.
I heard
or
it's
not.
good.
Roll for Adventure.
This is on a
So-
undecided. I have
This is a Matthew and Brett joint.
It's a game I've wanted to play for over a year.
I don't know anything about it, but it looked interesting. I just can't decide if it's something I'm going to grab or not.
It's a co-op, so I'm scared of it because my head.
Franz Volhinkel artwork too. Oh my god. Like putting the band back together.
So we've got dice and we've got some boards and
Wait, Wolf.
we've got a little skull.
I like how the text is blurry. You can't read it.
Yeah,
They
that's
don't want us knowing
a
what's
good
going.
picture.
That's right.
Draft.
Mhm.
There's a little skull, dude. That's pretty.
That skull's nice, I guess. Yeah.
Weißer Wolf. It's all in German here. Man.
Mhm.
So you basically roll the dice, and then those things kill things, and I don't know.
Yeah, there's no files. I can't go read the rules.
I thought they had an English rule.
They probably do on their website, but
Yeah.
it's not on the Geek. Not on the Geek. Next up, Tribes: The Dawn of Humanity.
That's Rustin Harkinson.
I liked it originally, and apparently now that it's been picked up by Cosmos, it's been greatly enhanced, supposedly, with a lot of new
Enhance.
features and completely redone.
Enhance.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I like Rustin.
Yeah, it's basically the prequel to Nations.
Hmm.
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 Seem to be losing steam.
No, I'm considering moving this into interested.
What's that? Oh,
Try.
Ubongo.
Ubongo Extreme.
This is a 2008 game.
Yeah,
extreme.
Yeah, it's modern.
Extreme. It's a fun size edition.
Fun-sized. Wonderful.
Instead of the giant box, you get half a box.
All right, I will put Tribes in interested.
Keith played Dark Domains, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of L's, so am I stopping before I roll into L?
Yep.
Not.
But Dark Domains, it's been out, so or it's at least been
I own
delivered.
it. I tried it, so
It's good. I really like it.
It's pretty cool. It's a little bit mean. But
Yes.
that's why I like that. All right, we will stop and we will continue with the L's next week.
Oh, really?
Anything new that's added over the course of the week, I will not classify, so we will filter it and I will classify it live on air so that we pick up any new additions.
Yeah.
Why are we
I
stopping?
mean, no, I mean, there's.
Well, we were going to split it into two halves so that we didn't have to go forever. So we're going to do half this week and
We're
half.
not doing any of the demo stuff.
No.
No.
Yeah, we were going to skip demos. Unless you really want to, we could do some
No.
more for sale to fit demos
No.
in next week.
I
No.
think the best we could do for demos is if everybody had like the 5 demos they care about, we could just say them.
Well,
We could do that.
We can do that next week. We could say, okay, are there any demos you care about? And then we can mention those at the end.
God of War.
Dark Tower.
Yeah, Dark Tower is another one. I would actually like to check that out.
Or we could just do now.
We could do it now. Yeah, we might as well.
Now.
Let me
Do it live.
let me filter
Live!
just demo.
What demos are you interested in?
All right, we're gonna do it live. I'm gonna filter
Do it
demo
live.
and see what demos I would want to actually care about.
Clear off some filters here.
Yep.
Oh, come on, clear filters. Slow ass website.
So picky.
Get out and push, Keith.
Oh my. No. I'm gonna go quick and see if I forgot anything. Tell me to stop if you're interested in anything.
I'm trying to get my goddamn. I filtered everything. I just can't get. All right. We want demos, not.
I think I can.
All right, I have 36.
All right, we can knock that out, and then that's bedtime for me after that. Let's hit these demos if I can get my computer to get out and push.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I'm gonna write a strongly worded email to the. Where's the contact us button here for this place?
What's the
Oh,
problem?
that sounds like interesting. Oh,
We're just having fun at your expense, there, buddy.
But we'd all be nowhere without you.
that's right. So I had my little project, right?
I can just tell you the demos I like.
Yeah, I'm just going to scroll through and talk.
Tell us.
Oh, okay, yes. Well, if you haven't played it, Edge of Darkness is fantastic. And if you don't pick it up, you'll probably never be able to pick it up again. I'm surprised they say demo because they have announced that they are going to have limited copies for sale at the show.
So it's out. It's done.
It's only going to Kickstarter backers, and they have said they are not going to put it in retail. Period, because it's too expensive.
It's a massive giant box too, right?
It's the same situation as Seventh Continent. Maybe somewhere down the road they'll figure out a way to make it palatable for retail, but as it is right now, Kickstarter backers got it, and that's it. But apparently, they will have a few copies for sale at the show. Like excess, whatever. Although it doesn't say that here; it just says demo. But
If I get my Kickstarter in time, I'll bring it to BGG or to Gen Con.
Yes. Oh,
Because I doubt we're going to get freebies from them if they only have like 20 copies or something.
Yeah, you probably will because people are started getting it this week now.
Yeah.
Who backed it?
I ordered 2.
Yeah. Well, all righty.
Well, I mean, BGG.
Yep.
Probably should have ordered 3. I don't.
Thanks, Richard.
Is this game going to be popular? I can't. I don't have the
Edge of Darkness.
pulse on it.
No. Continuing on stuff I care about, as was previously mentioned, I've been interested in God of War for quite a while, and Lorenzo El Magnifico, the card game, and
Did you play the new God of War video game? Did you play the new God of War video game?
I did not because video games are dead to me now. But I played every one previous to that.
Yeah, but this one's based on the new game, so.
Yeah, that's the boy.
That's the boy.
I don't really care
This
about
is dad of boy.
I more care about the co-op gameplay mechanisms. The theme is largely immaterial to me, but I'm excited to give it a go.
This was the best God of War game they ever made, by the way, the last video game.
Which one?
The last video game was the best one they've made, in my opinion.
I would hope so. They've been doing it so long. You'd think they'd get better as they go.
But their story was what was good this time. So
Yeah.
Anyway.
Let's see. Should I only talk about ones I personally want, or should I talk about ones that I already know are good because I played? Because like Margaret.
Whatever you want.
Well, do the one that'll actually be interesting.
All right. Oh, you silly sassy man.
I'm surprised Barrage is not for sale.
What's that?
I've been talking about that for a long time.
Oh, Marco Polo 2.
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
Yep. And Dominations. I played a prototype of it last year at UK Games Expo, and it was really good. And it was still kind of early, so I expect it'll be even better now. I'm really interested to know about these adventure games from Cosmos, this new series, of which I'm assuming are kind of escape roomy without the puzzles, which sounds good to me.
Which one is that? Which one are those?
The Adventure Games series. There's a couple of them.
You
Like
skipped Margraves of Valeria. Is it not going to be great?
I think. Well, no, I mean, I could list 36 if I list everything I've already played. Margaret Valeria is great. It is the best Valeria game to date.
Okay. I haven't backed it yet. That's
I haven't actually filmed. Like Barren Park and Foothills, very much Foothills. I don't understand. It was actually for sale at UK Games Expo. Why is it only demoing here? That makes no sense to me.
Which one?
Oh, expansion for Quacks of Quedlinburg, sure. And Taverns of Tiefenthal, yes, although I've already played it. So again, I'm trying. Oh, Aftermath. I definitely want to demo that hugely. From Plaid Hat Games, the latest thing from Jerry Hawthorne. Post-apocalypse world where the animals have taken over and become anthropomorphized. I like everything about that. I've never really been that keen on his gameplay, but his setting and story and narrative have always been amazing. And I keep hoping that someday his gameplay will be as good as his narrative chops. Let's see here.
Yeah.
There's a little game called Emperor's Choice, some might mention. Isle of Cats is amazing. If it were coming out this year, I think it might be one of my top 10 of the year.
It's near the top of the thumb list on overall. Actually, it is number 1.
Oh, really?
in thumbs garnered from the preview.
It is good stuff.
Oh, Mechanica looked cool. Got the demo for that.
Yeah.
Oh, Emperor's Choice. Yeah, I played a part of a game of Emperor's Choice.
Ha!
But that's what I expected.
A 2-hour game. Lance was like, it'll take like 45 minutes.
No,
The
I never
estimated time
said
is
that.
90.
I
to
said it's like a
120.
15-minute dice game. It'll be over.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
starting at midnight.
That's what he does.
Oh yeah, Isle of Cats. I'm looking forward to. Isn't I thought New Frontiers was out, which it is.
So Jay does
so
not
it's sold
install
out.
his own games.
Well, it's sold out too, and so they're waiting for the reprint. It says right
Oh,
there.
maybe they won't have any.
Stop Thief. All right, second edition. That just came out 2 years ago. Scott told me I should back this Copenhagen Roll and Write.
Yeah, it's good.
And
The Copenhagen game is fun.
Yep.
Yeah, Scott said the Roll and Write's better. That's what he says. I don't know. He's the
It has more combos.
You have more combos.
You have
Combo breaker.
Oh.
Oh, I used to love that game. Killer Instinct. Why didn't they make more of that?
Here's what's weird, Scott, is they had this game listed as pre-order or as demo, but it looked like it was in your pre-order system.
Oh yeah, it
Bizarre.
sure does.
Rallyman is a cool racing game, so I'm wondering if this is going to be good.
Is that a redo of the old
I don't know if
Rallyman?
it's a redo or if it's a new version.
Yeah, I remember that one was pretty good.
Rallyman has been, since I got into board games, has been really hard to find, but
Yeah.
it's a fun racing game. I backed the Endeavor expansion
Me too. That looks real good.
because
Yeah.
that looks super cool.
It is.
Does
I
that
know,
sound as
you're
a
the one
pre-order
playing the
happening?
Is that what that sounded?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I bought the game because of the preview I watched of the expansion, and then I
Wow.
backed the expansion.
How is that Atlantis Rising not ready yet?
I don't know. It's
They had that
new
on demo
edition of
last
the
year.
old game. That was an old Z-Man game.
Yeah, I'm really surprised it's not done yet.
That was one of the first, like, going to Gen Con and played a demo that when I was there with my friends that I bought, that we sit down and demoed together. We're like, this looks cool. We bought it. We played it like one time, and I'm like, nah, I don't like this game anymore. Sanctum.
Oh yeah, the Sanctum is like Diablo of the board game.
Yep.
Really?
From CG.
Yeah. Looks
It's
cool.
only a demo.
It's only demo. Be a SN release probably. It's got all the big flashy Diablo-esque stuff.
Yeah, that's almost Diablo infringement art.
It's
right there.
close.
I think that designer is the guy who did Alchemist, isn't he? Am I wrong?
Is it Philip? Philip.
Who's the designer?
Uh,
No, that's the guy that did Adrenaline.
oh, he's doing the Doom and the Diablo lookalikes.
Well, Adrenaline was awesome. I want this game. I think
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah, I bet Paul will be giving demos at Gen Con.
Yeah,
How
they probably have their own REM again.
How tall do you think the minis are in that game?
They don't look that big, do they? They look pretty
I'm wondering what the bases are on those.
Well, you can't tell from that picture.
That's a 3D model.
Yeah.
I wonder if board games are going to be affected by that rule of Kickstarter's rule of no renderings of products.
What rule?
So Kickstarter has a whole bunch of new rules. I don't know if you've looked at it, but basically you can't have a product in a rendering of a product. It has to be the real picture. But I'm like with board games, how do you do that?
So let me ask you this. Maybe you guys know the answer to this. So a game comes out. You look at the back. There's wonderful photos of the final game on the back. How do they get those photos before the game goes into production? I mean, is it
They
just
build a lookalike They probably use the like a sample copy, like the test run.
Yeah, the pre-production copy.
Pre-production copy.
But the pre-production copy is only like a couple of. I mean, it's a real short turnaround between the PPC and the MPC.
Yeah.
And it looks like those are mass production copies that they're taking photos of. So I can't imagine how they do that. I'm really stymied.
I think a lot of back of the boxes just use the artwork and they like make it look like the game instead of putting the whole game.
This is not real pictures. This is 3D renders of what the game looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Which one is that?
The most common thing.
What game was that?
I just grabbed milestones at random.
Yep.
And I would say the same thing is true for Reef. This does not look. Maybe those are plastic pieces. Maybe. But these days, I mean, a lot of the prototypes I get for doing Kickstarter previews are practically as good as shipping games. There are definitely a handful of folks in Europe, especially, that are just making bespoke, one-off prototypes that are nearly flawless. Every time I get a prototype from Mind Clash, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between it and a commercial product. And it's just this one guy in Poland or something like that who makes them look like it.
So when you get things that are, say, with miniatures in them, do you think they're giving you like 3D print miniatures?
I know that's exactly what they're giving me. Yeah, because if you look real close, you can see
touched up
the lines, because they print.
Oh, when they do the what are they called? So like when you do a 3D rendering, if there's an overhang, you have to have that piece that holds it up. So they
try to do that, but I assume they're doing it before they send it.
Interesting.
You can take focus off me, Lance.
Yes, sir.
Nobody wants to look at that.
No.
Well, it sounds like we're done.
Yeah, I mean, that actually went over pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah, we only went through half of it.
Well,
Yeah, but
I
Stayed on focus.
So it's 2.5 hours ish to push through that. Not even quite 2.5 hours. So
I think the problem is that there just aren't that many really good games this year.
Well, that's the thing. We spent a lot of time being like, and move on. There was only a few that we actually spent more than a couple minutes talking about.
I hate to agree with Lance, but I feel the same way.
Sierra West,
It does.
On Tour, Deckscape, Aeon's End, Machikoro Legacy, Black Angel, Crown of Imara, The New Century, Underwater Cities. Those are my top 10 of the show that will be for sale.
Yeah,
So
And Underwater Cities is already out.
I haven't found a copy yet. They don't have one in my area.
I got
I've been
it
looking
on
for
my
it.
shelf right here. I bought it back in, I think, February, March.
Yeah, my store didn't order any and
So,
couldn't
but
get
they're
any.
starting new production of it. So
Mm.
they're doing a new print run of it
Yes,
with actual boards instead of
it is the
freaking
third edition.
cardstock.
Yeah.
Which now I'm pissed off.
Anger!
Oh, because when I opened my copy and like, oh god, these player boards are crap. And now they're making proper player boards. It does piss me off.
But I tried something new on the Shadows of Malice reprint. So when you open the box, you've got the top lid, the top box that comes off, and you've got the bottom box with all the components of it. So on the outer sides of all of the bottom half of the box, on each of the four sides, I wrote hints for playing the game. I want to see if people notice that and if they find it useful.
You mean like strategy tips?
Exactly.
Okay. That's a good use of that space.
So I'm curious to see if people say anything about it. We'll know in a month.
Cool.
You're right, Keith. You can buy Century New World on cool stuff for $27.99.
I bulk had 6 copies sitting on a
So
game.
you bought it at 40
shelf.
plus shipping.
Wow.
You
No,
don't
I
have
bought
it.
it for.
Not to rub it in or anything, because I did the same thing.
Plus, I bought the pet play mat from them too. I bought it for 80 bills plus shipping.
Aye.
It's-
And then they turn around and release it with the cool fantasy art.
The sort of callous customer service response, though. Oh, we're going on vacation.
To tell
I mean,
you
we
where they're
couldn't
going on
possibly send you-
vacation and you're going to wait
Just
3
send-
weeks is the
That's a
absolute
bad-
worst response they could
Oh,
have
and they
made.
That's a bad customer service.
apologize
person.
in the
Yeah.
email. So, I mean, they didn't even say we're sorry. They basically just said, "Hey, tough shit."
It is a tough shit response.
It is.
You're like, well, tough
read it.
shit. I'm doing a chargeback, and you get charged $10 for the pleasure.
So I have a
I mean,
question.
if you were a dick.
So I have a question to ask you guys. I'd like your opinion on it. So this game I'm going to sell at Gen Con is a MSRP of $59.99.
What game?
Pardon? It's the reprint. It's the reprint of Shadows of Malice.
Okay.
It'll be $59.99. So I'd
Is that
like
on
to
our
know.
list?
I'm sorry?
Is that on our list? Our preview?
No, because it's not a new release. It's a reprint.
Okay.
So I didn't include it on.
Okay. But it's super hard to find. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
stick
why
it on there if you want me to. want
Sure, go ahead. That's
Okay.
fine.
Guy on the inside.
Yeah, I know a
So-
guy.
Yeah, I know a guy who knows a guy, right?
I know the guy.
Here's my question, and I want you to tell me whether this is reasonable or slimy. It's $59.99 MSRP. What I'd like to do is sell it at Gen Con for $60 flat, including tax. So
Okay.
really, it's charging like 55 something dollars, with tax brings it up to 60. But I feel like people get irritated if it's a $59.99 game that they're paying $60 for.
Nah, nobody will care.
No one will care over a penny.
If it's if are they going to be able to go buy it from Cool Stuff for $40?
They
No.
will in a month.
Right. So if they're going to do that, they're going to do that anyway. If they want it at Gen Con and they see 60 bills, they're not going to care. They're just going to go 60 bills.
I just
Because
just-
that's what every retailer there does, my friend.
I just feel at some level it doesn't feel right to me to charge over MSRP, even though I am absorbing the tax.
We'll put a bowl of 100 pennies on the table, and for each one you sell, we'll take a damn penny.
Yep, there you go. There's your change. $60. Here's your penny.
What's your booth number?
1130.
Jim,
And should I
think you're
just say a
over-
reprint of the out of print?
Yep.
How many you gonna have?
Hopefully I'll have about 50. I'll probably have about about 50.
Who's got an owl?
I have an owl in my
Okay.
backyard.
That's pretty
Cool.
cool.
I'm on the
You're on the
porch, and
list.
You'll notice that there's no tapestry, Lance.
That's upsetting to me. But I do like your lights. My wife would be very jealous of them.
They're my lights and my star. So you think it's okay to charge 60?
I don't think anybody will care.
Here's my email I got.
I mean, you can charge 57 and say with tax it's 60.
Yeah.
I mean,
just tell them it's $60. I don't think they'll care.
Yeah,
Because we don't know it.
nobody will care.
Unless
The people
you
who know
it's
this game will come to
$59.99,
you.
Nobody knows.
Here's the thing: the people who know that game will be glad to have it, right? Because
Yeah.
it's been out of print for a while.
So I'll tell you something I'm doing this year. So my friend Mark Jones, he's been at my booth every year working with me. He's been a playtester for me forever. He died unexpectedly a few months ago. So I'm giving out a set of promo cards with the game. They're the 2019 Memorial card. And there are things there are 4 treasure items and 4 shards in it, which are basically one-use treasure items. And it's something like the torque of Mar and so on. They all have these names, but if you put them all together, they spell out Mark Darren Jones.
Nice.
I think that'd be kind of neat.
Did you change the rules in this game at all, or is it pretty much the same?
It is a new rule set,
Oh, really?
but the same components.
Is this a second edition then?
It's a second printing with a new rule set. It's listed as, it says on the box, revised second printing.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the rules have changed or they've just been rewritten?
Some have changed.
Oh,
So they've changed in the sense that an action system has been implemented where avatars get 2 actions.
oh wow.
Oh, so that's
Whereas
almost a new game.
That's a not insignificant change.
no, in the old game, you basically do the same thing, but it wasn't an action system. So it's much more clear what you can and can't do.
Is it the same artwork?
Same artwork. And a lot of and what I included in this was that D-star system I have. I've included 4 ways to deal with it. So a lot of the rules have been simplified and clarified. The only major change has been going to an action system.
Yeah, you have to call this.
I'm gonna call it second edition.
You
Is
have
that
to.
okay?
It's not. It is a revised second printing.
Revised second printing.
That's what it says right in the box. Revised second printing.
Generally, second printing means it hasn't changed. I guess that's why you put revised. Why didn't you just call it second edition?
Because a second edition, I feel I want to give people more.
Oh, okay. All
So
right.
if I do a second edition of this game, it will have more maps, more treasure, things of that nature. But since it was fundamentally the same game, I felt it would be misleading to call it a second edition.
I think you're being too hard on yourself.
Yeah,
I mean, you basically changed the rules. So
yeah, that's pretty much
not marginally though.
is it the same box size?
Same box size, slightly smaller box, I think, because I got rid of the inserts.
Do you know the dimensions by chance? By
I'm gonna say approximately 10 by 10 by 3.
okay, that's different.
Slightly different. It's a little bit smaller. Basically, I'll tell you the reason that I had to redo the artwork on some of the stuff on it was to change the TMs to circle R's in a couple of places.
Is it English only?
English only.
All right, look at that. I made you a new version.
Oh, dude, you're fucking marvelous. I'm thanking you. I'm thanking you from the bottom of my heart. I wish I don't have one.
What is the release date? August 1st?
I would say just August.
August.
Yeah.
Cool. Boom. Look at that.
Boom.
I haven't done a database entry in a long time.
That's brilliant. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no worries. This is a new version. You've changed it.
Totally.
Well,
No.
I'm excited about it.
That's exciting.
Are the new rules compatible with the first printing?
Absolutely. Everything's backward compatible. In fact, the new rules have been available on the website for a while, so you can download the new rules and play it, no problem with you.
Very good. Congrats.
Thanks.
You did an expansion for that game too, didn't you? At one point?
I did. It added questing and questing runes and
I need to pull that out. I have it in my house, sitting here.
the thing that people fuck up with on this game is it's designed to reward cooperation. And if you don't have multiple avatars together to cooperate with each other, you lose most of the game.
Do you have to gang up on monsters or something?
Not quite that. It's that you can help each other in very substantial ways if you're in a group. And if you're alone, you can't do it.
What did I miss?
Jim talking.
You're talking about his new game.
Yeah, nothing.
New printing of the old game.
No, I mean, yeah. All right, we're almost at midnight in where I am, so
At almost 1 a.m. here. I'm done.
Yeah,
Yep.
get close.
all
I'm gonna
right.
read my
well,
email to you because I'm pissed off still.
I want to go with Keith when he goes to that booth at Gen Con, and right before he bitches him out, I'm going to ask Emerson for a free copy of the game and the playmat, and just to get it before Keith gets his.
So how many of you guys are going to be at Gen Con besides Keith? Keith,
I will.
Lance, you'll be at Gen Con?
Who is
Yep.
going to be or is not going to be?
Who is going to be?
I think
Everyone?
the answer is
Richard's not coming.
very probably.
Oh yeah, I need to know of all of you who is going to, which boomers are going to be there, because we have to tell Chad who to put on the VIP list for the hot games room.
I will be there.
I'm staff.
Keith's there.
Keith
You're
by
there.
definition.
Keith, are you staff or staff infection? Come on, dude.
Keith Shirey,
I'm infected staff.
yeah, FUKC.
I'll be there,
Um,
obviously.
yes, Jim Felly, Scott Alden will be there.
So I am having a couple of private plays of Cosmic Frog if anyone is interested. I've got openings on Thursday and Saturday. Friday's filled up. I'd love to have you guys if you're interested in coming.
It all depends on my family situation.
Understood.
Yeah, I have to wait
How long does
until
it
I'm
take?
done booking meetings because I know at least 2 nights that I'm going to be at dinner.
Can you bring it
Dinner
to the hot
meetings.
games room, and if we figure it out, we can play it?
Yeah,
How long
takes
does it take?
takes a half hour to explain, and a 6-player game takes anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes.
7 to 8
So
hours.
2 hours,
to
basically.
complete.
Yeah, 7 to 8. I was waiting for the 4 hours.
Yeah, I was
Like,
when he said 30
been at
minutes
Gen
to
Con with
explain.
me.
I'm like, is this Twilight Imperium 4?
No. This game is a lot faster to play and a lot more fuck your friends. So
Perfect for Lance.
yeah, actually, I don't know if you can see this. Let me try and pull this up. Let's see if I can
Down
get this
left. Yep.
here. This is a 3D
Pull it back a
printing
little.
of
There you
one
go.
of the miniatures.
Yeah, that looks like Gollum. Gollum Frog.
Yeah.
So, Scott, this is one
Lance.
thing I was going to ask you.
One thing. Yep.
Well,
What is it? Yep. Fire away.
Why
Not get any younger.
why isn't there a RPG release thing for Gen Con on RPG Geek?
There could be.
I didn't ask you if there could be. I said, why isn't there?
I don't know. And I mean, here's the deal. RPG Geek runs purely on volunteer power. Right? Like none of the employees work on it. Whereas Eric is working on it full time for BGG.
I assume the same is true for Video Game Geek.
Correct. But yeah, the system could be ported over to all of them.
Just,
It's sort of generic.
Just
Yeah, I don't know. I should.
Is RPG Geek just doesn't draw enough traffic to staff someone on it full time?
Kind of.
Is it time to just roll RPG Geek's content into BGG?
I mean, it almost
No,
feels
no,
like
no,
it
no.
should.
It's too hard. I mean, it would create such crossover confusion,
Okay.
right? Plus, there's no one coming to Board Game Geek that. What's the word?
I
I like that it's separated, but using the same. It's used the same software.
Geek.
Say again, Richard. I was talking.
Maybe you figure out, oh, I got to go to this other thing instead.
so what
Yeah,
I'm hearing then is you just don't care.
I do care. It hurts me that I can't put resources into the 2 websites that don't make any money. I mean, I wish we were so flush that it could.
Yeah.
Right, but it's like throwing money away, basically.
Why do you suppose that is? I mean, there's obviously tons and tons and tons and tons of money in RPGs.
I'm going to answer that question possibly. I'm just going to say that there's so many more RPG resources out there.
Oh, really?
I mean, like there's EN World and all kinds of stuff out there that definitely split up.
Yeah,
The,
believe me, when we made RPG Geek, all the people on all the other websites bashed it, like to just said it's shit.
Oh,
Didn't even give us like time of day. I mean, it was a super unwelcoming community. At least, so here's the deal. It's always just the loud people, right? It's the what's the word I'm looking for?
Squeaky wheels.
The wiki, yeah, the loud, minority of people
Vocal
that just
minority?
shout you down, and any ideas you try to come up with just get shouted down.
I found the explanation of why you can't put more resources into RPG Geek. Board Game Geek this week worth $87.5 million. RPG Geek $85,580.
Oh, well.
Well, I don't go by that, but
Hey, Al,
yeah, there's just not enough people. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Where-
not enough people.
where is the Hot Games room this year? Do you know?
Same place. Hi.
Same place. Hyatt Regency, second floor. Ballroom.
So let me ask you this. So I'm going to have these plays of Cosmic Frog on Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 7. Can I just have them in that room?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Sorry.
That's-
It's
no
just,
worries.
it's so full. It's like if
That's
you
our
remember,
sold
yeah,
out
we just don't
times.
have a spare table.
No worries.
Yeah. I would like to do that kind of stuff, but it's just too hard.
Like hot prototypes room.
Maybe move the third floor and have it just be like a prototype
A place
or
for play
a demo.
testing.
Well, a pre-assigned demo room. But here's the deal: Gen Con doesn't like that because they want to sell ticket at events,
Yeah.
right? And they basically told us no demos, no, you have to play the full release games. Yeah, it's pretty much against the rules.
Maybe a hot sex room.
There's another kind of sex.
And
All
with
right,
that,
I got to share with you guys my absolute shittiest joke of the week.
Oh, jeez. This is a good one to end on. I'm leaving after this joke.
Why did the French chef use only one egg for his omelets?
I don't know, Jim.
Something to do with oof.
Because one egg is enough.
Oof. Yeah.
Come on.
I said
love
the
it.
answer and I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
See, I'm a dad. It's a dad joke.
Is that how we're going out, Lance?
It's like those French have a different word for everything.
For everything.
Everything.
Steve Martin's second album. Great.
Yeah, you see Martin.
Absolutely.
You got it.
All right. I'm going to
I
crash.
guess that's how we're going out. Good night, everybody. Next week,
Are we
next
done?
week, hey,
It's
next
early.
week
What
might
the
be
hell?
the last. Well, here's the deal. We're gonna have to figure out some other way to do this, obviously. But we'll figure it out. So for those of you out there that are wondering, like, is the Alaboom going away? No, we're gonna figure out a way to do it. We're gonna figure out a way to continue it, and we'll figure out a way for it to be live in some way, and then it'll show up on my YouTube feed. Even if it's something where we have to do it on like a Discord server and people have to log into that Discord server just to watch it,
Mm.
and we'll do that, and then I'll have to just manually video it
We'll
or
find
something, and
we'll find something out.
yeah,
But
but
we
we'll
may be on a short hiatus before we get it figured out.
yeah, we'll figure it out. If you haven't joined, if you are a regular listener to this,
Here's the deal. We'll get VMix one way or another.
yeah.
That's really the easiest way to do this.
But here's the deal. So if you haven't joined the Weekly Alaboom Facebook group, that is probably the best way to stay abridged of. And it's like there's like 7 of you, so most of you haven't joined it.
Facebook group.
Yeah. So
No, I think most of them have.
really, okay.
There's 31 watching now, Keith.
But that's probably the best way that we're gonna be able to convey how you're gonna be able to continue to watch us do this thing. We really and if it wasn't, I mean, honestly, what we started doing this like 3 years ago, wasn't it? 3
It's-
years ago.
I think we've been doing it 4. I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we're not. I'm not. I don't. This is like the one thing I really look forward to doing. So I don't want to give this up. It's too much fun. So next week, yes, will be the last time we're able to do it easily. Who knows? Maybe YouTube will change their mind and they'll make something. I've heard rumors that they're going to make the YouTube live thing available to invite other people on. So maybe they're going to make that usability. Who knows? But if that doesn't happen, we'll figure something else out, and we'll make it happen. So
I'll make it happen.
he'll make it happen. He has to
If
come
I
on
have
for
to buy
weekly
the
abuse.
fucking VMix for you, I will make it happen.
Yeah,
He'll make it happen, but he has to keep a button to kick Lance out when he's being.
No. Just Scott's gonna need the.
Yeah.
We could just say the weekly album, and we could say sponsored by BoardGameGeek.com.
Powered by
Not a
Board
problem.
Game Geek.
Not a problem.
You,
Roll it in
he,
your Board Game Geek channel.
he will. It'll devalue Board Game Geek though.
Well, yeah, it
Yeah.
would go down. It would go down to
Now, here's the deal.
87 million
So-
instead of 87.5 million.
One of my initiatives is to have like a live streaming thing running at some point every night of the week on BGG.
Is this? But we drop a lot of. Not
Yeah, we would have to
family-friendly.
do it on Twitch or something and put the mature filter on.
Yeah, it'll be at least a year before they worry about quality.
And even Scott's
Yeah.
guilty of the profanities on here. So
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
not.
true. You're not.
Not a big deal.
Mm.
But we'll get VMix. I can get you VMix license.
Oh, Pete, by the way, you mentioned
Board Game
having
Geek after
setting up a
dark.
meeting or something like that. We got to still do that. Just we'll got to talk or whatever.
My only request is that I see more of Pete than I do of his ceiling.
Yeah,
I don't want to
I'm
see
slouching right now.
Pete regularly is on here without pants on, so I
Yes.
don't.
He just wants to see.
There's a reason. You don't want to see what's below these shoulders.
Nah.
Pete, what was that shark
yeah,
you
you know.
got? What was that shark thing you got?
Oh, the giant 3-foot attack Meg statue.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I
Where'd
and
you get that
three
from?
doesn't seem to go together.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I ordered it a while ago. It just took them a long time to make it, so it just
I
finally
was like,
got in.
made to order.
Yeah, the guy who does it is a special effects guy who makes prop
Oh, that's
sharks
awesome.
for movies. Yeah. He had made all my other Jaws sharks, so he opened up a 3-foot line now instead of the 2-foot line. So I bought one just to check it out. That's the only one I'm getting though. I've run out of room for more sharks. I'd have to tear down walls to put more up.
You're
So
gonna
that-
need a
bigger
bigger
house.
Yeah, I know. My wife's already talking about that. Maybe down the road.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Maybe.
Mm.
Don't know yet. I'm not sure. We've got a big enough house that I think she's looking at new houses already. So
Well, Mama wants.
Just
Mama
get rid of a
gets.
kid or two.
Yeah, I know. yeah, we're hoping. We got one that's almost of age, so we'll be losing one in the next couple years.
you think?
All right.
I've got a buddy here with his 21-year-old son still living at home.
Oh, I've got a buddy who's in his 40s who still lives with his parents. So
Oh, jeez.
well, there you go.
My friends, John, just like that.
yeah, at this point he's moved into caretaker. You know, he just
Mm.
now yep. So, all right. Thanks for being on. Next week we'll finish her off, right?
We'll finish
Yep.
with
We'll
a
hit it.
cliffhanger.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure people are just like this. Oh God.
Well, there was a lot of comments in the chat when we stopped. I don't know if you saw them.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
What
But
did they say when
next
we
week
stop?
we'll pick it up. So, good night, everybody.
Oh,
Good night.
Good night.